By the right of the council, by the will of the force. Oh, my God. Holy shit. Welcome into an episode of...
Boba Fett, where?
Oh, my God. All right. I have to introduce the council here because we are just chomping at the bit to talk about episode 6. So, spoiler alert. First and foremost, I am Tom Moncrief. Thank you very much. I am running this episode of Jedi Talk today. Normally you hear Brad. He's over there coughing a lung out, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We all have COVID now.
That's the only
I've
running
got
we do around
COVID.
here.
No, I don't
So,
actually have COVID.
first and foremost, yeah, he doesn't have. First and foremost, to my left, Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico, Evan T. Boucher. Evan, how the fuck are you?
Hello there. Do I need to know that reference?
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
Is it? Oh, I don't know what it is.
The
What is
Impractical Jokers.
it? Oh, okay.
And I'm Crane, just
see,
make basketball.
Yes.
Austin and my dad would know that.
I love that
They are
show.
I do
obsessed with
too.
that show.
And
It was
pour
on
one out for
every
Joe
night.
Gatto.
It was
Dude,
on every
my guy
single
Joe.
night.
did you see the set photos that were coming out of him not, they're like filming and it's not, it
Oh.
just looks so wrong.
Oh,
I hate it.
I'm still going to watch it. But anyway,
Me
let
too.
me get to my other host, our other host here on the council. He once shit his pants at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. One Brad Hughes. Brad, how the hell are you?
Crane, just make basketball. I love the names on those
Crane-just,
games.
yeah.
There was one that I have to look. The list of those names are so ridiculous. I don't even know how they
It's
come up with
good.
it. I'm good, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
feel great. I feel like shit. It's going to be a shorter episode for the news one just because I'm ready to fall asleep. But this episode of Book, see, I almost said Mando. Book of Boba Fett.
I wonder why.
So good.
I wonder-
Boba Fett, where is he again? But who cares?
Boba Fett, where? Which is
Look,
hilarious that we're calling it that now that he's not in the show.
Let's just get this out of the way. And you and I were chatting
talking
about it
about this
before
before.
Evan came in. So this is the book of Boba Fett, not the
Not
chapter
the Boba Fett
of
show.
Boba Fett. Yeah, not the Boba Fett show, not Boba, not Fett, not Boba Fett, a Star Wars story. This is the book of Boba Fett. This all is fucking relevant
It's part
to
of the story.
Yeah.
the story. And
Yep.
before I forget, because I just said fuck, and I just was reminded of the family-friendly show you joined
Yes.
this week. So you want to plug that real quick with our new buddies over there?
Yeah, check out Rodian Radio. They are a great Star Wars podcast. I went hard on those kids. We're going to have them on our show, too, at some point. Fellas, I know you're listening to this. You can say whatever you want on our show. We don't care. I know you guys do a family-friendly thing. That's their prerogative, whatever. I almost let it slip once, or I think I may have let it slip.
No. You said shh and then stopped yourself.
Caught himself.
But
The
they're
frickin' FCC
awesome.
Gotcha.
YouTube was going to strike them. Thank you guys for having me on. We're going to have you guys on soon. Thanks to Chase and Danny. They're great guys. Go check out Rodian Radio. It was a great episode. I did a lot of yelling about The Last Jedi like I tend to do. So
You know, I wanted to send a message to Chase and Danny.
Ooh.
Chase and Danny, it is 6:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and guess what, guys? The Last Jedi is still canon.
And it's still the second best Star Wars movie, in my opinion. Your favorite.
It's my favorite, Tom's favorite, so come
I'm
at
not-
me, boys.
I'm not going to say anything that at least none of us already don't know, but as much as the whole, like,
They thought I was joking when I said it was my
I know.
favorite movie.
I know,
Canto
it's funny.
Bite thing, like, yeah, a lot of that is stupid and silly, but that fits with everything in the movie. Like, that side mission is them failing, which is, like, the whole point of the movie
Yeah.
is everyone's going to fail. What do you do? How do you learn from it? What do you, like, go do going forward?
Yeah.
So just because they go there and it doesn't, quote, affect the plot, it really does, like, because it's teaching those characters, hey, you guys are failing. What are you going to do? How do you learn from that? So it is silly and stupid in some parts, but it is a part of the plot.
It is.
Guys, I want to dive into this episode.
Let's go.
Let's go. So first and foremost, we were giving ourselves right off the bat, as we do every week, a recap. So I want to mention something right off the fact on the recap, because when I watched the episode again and watched the recap, I was reminded of this thought I had. And Evan, I haven't said it to you yet, but I shared it with you earlier in the week, Brad. So the armorer, right? The armorer working, the kind of the lead of
Friggin'
Death
cult
Watch
leader.
right now.
She's, yeah.
A cult leader. You do notice that she still has the horns on that helmet. Do you think she could be a Night Sister that is still loyal to Maul underneath all of that?
A Night Sister from, like, Dathomir, or a part of Death Watch, a Maldalorian? Because Maldalorians did have horns on their helmet.
Right, but
They weren't from Dathomir or Night Sisters or Night Brothers. They were Mandalorians,
Well,
just with helmets.
I'm
with
gonna
spikes.
go as far as saying she's a Night Sister from Dathomir who was a Maldalorian.
That would be really sick.
Yeah.
Because the more, it makes sense. The more we see and more we watch of these shows is like Mandalorian isn't a race.
Right.
You can
creed, yeah.
you can be any species and be a Mandalorian.
Exactly.
Grogu, is Grogu a Mandalorian?
He's a foundling. It's
Yeah,
his right.
If you ask Din would say yes, he's a Mandalorian.
He
So-
might be, and we'll get to that.
Yeah,
know,
he's
depending
the
on what
second
happens.
Mandalorian Jedi, maybe, if he ever does kind of be a Jedi. We'll
Who,
see.
Grogu?
Yeah.
It's not happening.
He's not
Yeah.
going to be officially a Jedi, but yeah.
He won't be trained by anybody.
I don't think it's happening.
We'll get
Luke
there.
already has doubt in him.
Yeah.
And we'll get to it when we get there because I have a thought about that exact line.
So right through the recap, right, we knew we were going to get right into it because the recap ended with the Mando, I have to go see somebody.
Yeah,
so then it
go see a
stopped.
little friend.
And we got the Lucasfilm. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, are we really going to get right into it? Like,
Well,
we all here thought that they weren't going this
Yeah,
direction.
we were all like, hey, we'll wait a couple months or a year, and then we'll
Yep.
get it. But no, it was the next week. But
the next fucking week.
I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I found out that at the end of chapter 5, when those two Rangers kind of pull over Din in his
Yes.
new N1 Starfighter,
Yes.
one of them is obviously Carson Teva, but the other one, I don't know his character name, but
They didn't say it like they did usually on
he
those.
is the actor that is the body double for Luke Skywalker. So I'm like,
Shut up.
I'm like,
That's
did y'all do that on
cool.
purpose?
That's-
Did you do that on purpose?
Of course they
To be
did.
like,
Of course
hey,
they did, yeah.
Wait,
Luke's
do you think you
coming
just
next
accidentally
week.
showed up on set one
Son
day?
of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
Oh,
my
my
date.
God.
I got my
So-
call date wrong.
I love it.
I don't know the
That's
dude's
so
name,
cool.
so I didn't. I should have looked it up and
That's
gone that
fucking-
far.
I
But
don't know if they said it yet. I mean, like usually,
the
like,
character or the actor, though. Like I don't know either of their names.
oh, I used to know the actor's name because they featured him on that
yeah,
that thing
Oh,
they did, the
gallery,
Met
yeah.
gallery.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dang.
if I mean, I'm gonna assume they use the same body double for Boba Fett as they did Mando season 2. So
There was a few times. We'll get to it.
yeah, but either way, that was cool that he was at the tail end of chapter 5, and he's probably in chapter 6, I'd imagine, as Luke,
Mm-hmm.
as well as Mark Hamill
Yep.
as Luke.
That's spectacular. So we're right into it, right? And the episode starts with somebody that we know very well from The Mandalorian Season 2. And Cobb Vanth is back. And
Oh,
I
that
just
scene
want to
was great.
say, I called it last week. If you go back, I said, Cobb Vanth has probably showed up. Now, that was shooting fish in a barrel because we're on Tatooine. And
But I didn't think we were gonna get him because I just thought he was gonna be off. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters
I like
of all
it.
time.
yeah.
I love his design. I love Timothy Oliphant.
I love
I
the
said
way he
Chalamet
acts,
the other day.
but-
Wrong guy.
You did? I don't remember you saying that.
I don't think it was on the show, but I was
Oh,
talking to
okay.
Han. I was like, "It's Timothy Chalamet." I'm like, "Whoops, that's the wrong name."
I can't
But
spell your last name.
He acts that and portrays that perfect. Like
He's-
that's the best not the best, but one of the best castings.
I
It's
love
perfect.
his design. Like
Yeah.
his
good.
costume looks.
I love
it's
his frickin'
so
hair, man.
Western.
His
He's even,
beard.
he's even got like a red handkerchief around
It
his
looks
neck.
like that's the shirt.
It's
That's just how the shirt's
so
built. But yeah.
dope.
Do you ever see him in The Office play Danny Cordray?
No,
Oh, he's really funny.
He's in The
too.
Office?
Yeah.
really.
For a few episodes.
I could watch it then because I love him.
I was gonna say, as long as he's not in Seinfeld, Brad's gonna be okay. So.
No, he wasn't.
What's
Um,
deal with Oliphant?
What's the deal with Cobb? I mean, come on, he's running spice.
Brian Posehn, who I had dinner with, technically in
Yeah,
San Francisco,
yeah, it's true.
was in Seinfeld
Yeah,
very early on.
Bing, bing. What's the deal with Metallica?
Metallica, there was a reference to them on Seinfeld. I mean, they were the biggest fucking band in the world in the 90s. So anyway, Cobb Vanth. So Cobb Vanth is there, right? We are there right into it, right? He's walking up to a bunch of
Pikes.
pikes.
Bunch of pikes.
A bunch
at
of
their
pikes
speeder.
on a land speeder. With,
Good old spice deal going down.
exactly.
Has the first time I ever seen spice like that? Like
I-
refined?
Think so.
We see it
saw a
on
little
Kessel
bit
and
early
Solo.
a little bit in Kessel, but earlier in Book of Boba Fett, in one of the flashbacks, when they raid the train, they let some of it fly out and go away.
Okay.
And the Tuskens shoot that spice in his face.
That's
right.
when
yeah,
they get him
yeah,
high.
yeah.
That's
So
right.
I've seen a little bit, but not a
Okay.
freaking whole
That's
chest
right.
of it.
That's
I
right,
haven't
that's
seen
right,
that
that's
much.
right, that's
My
right.
favorite part about this scene until we get the title card was think it through.
I
He said it twice.
Yeah.
love that.
I love it. Think it through.
Yeah.
Think it through.
Yeah. Oh, it
The
was
way,
so
the
good.
way he says it too, just
Yeah.
saying think
Think
it
it
through
through, think it
doesn't
through.
mean anything. But the way he says
Yeah.
it is like
He's such a
yep.
fucking awesome character. I love Cobb Vanth.
And he's just like I don't know the exact quote, but
I'm
he's like
so glad I got
I'm
a
the
Black
one that
Series
tells
pre-ordered.
folks around here what to do or something. Like he said, like the way he says that too.
And it's him versus 4 pikes.
Yeah.
These are dangerous guys.
I know, and I love how this duel foreshadows a duel coming up later in the episode. This shows how much of a
We'll get
badass
there.
he is. Yeah, he can take out these 3 pikes, no problem. So
I
this foreshadows his
love
next duel.
the way Cobb Vanth words things. Like
Yes.
when he's having that conversation with
Mando in the bar.
no with the
last
girl at
pike?
the end. The girl at the end. I'm not going to spoil it yet because
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
get there.
yeah, yeah.
But this ties
Tell
into what
these
we're
folks
talking
to go
about.
inside for a
And she's
spell.
like, "Is anything wrong?" He's like, "Well, I hope not. We just want to be safe."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
He just kind of like is calming. Like
Yep.
everything he
The way
says is like
everything
calming.
just so you know,
And he's
you
the
know I
direct
could.
opposite of the deputy, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that guy.
Fucking hate that guy.
Yeah. Well, good thing he's gone. Maybe.
I think
And
he's gone.
He got shot
They didn't even
45
go to
times.
check on the guy.
No, that's true.
A little
No one liked him.
foreshadowing.
No one liked him.
Cobb Vanth probably should have killed the fourth Pike and not let him drive away.
Yeah, right. No shit, right?
Yeah.
We'll get to why, but he's like,
Yeah,
you probably should have
I
taken
didn't
him
make
out.
that
Yeah,
connection. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either until you just said that. That's
Dang,
you're not
yeah,
wrong.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Stuff happens in Star Wars, though. So
Get the title card, which
I
I love the
Then
title.
it stopped and it went bing, 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 bing,
Yeah,
bing. And
it
Jerry
is.
Seinfeld's like, "What's the deal with the Pike Syndicate?"
What's the deal with from the desert comes a
So did-
stranger?
okay, so
Chapter 6.
I love how I thought the title card was going to be about. I thought it was Cobb, and
Me
then
too.
we learned it wasn't.
Nope. The
Right.
desert stranger is a different shootout guy. Yep.
By the way, how did none of us see this coming?
Because
I
Like
don't know.
I didn't see it until it was the second time they flashed back, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's what it is."
we
We'll
keep
get there,
saying
but-
it, but like, because I don't think it's actually setting in that anything is possible in these shows.
Yeah, I still think
Any
we have
character
we
can
have our
come
own like reserved
We're still
tempered
like, nah, they won't
expectations
do
of
that.
like
But
like
no, I think we have to finally
anything
agree.
with Dave Filoni and Favreau now, they're
Yeah.
gonna fucking go for it.
Yeah, we have to finally just tell ourselves and believe ourselves that anything can happen.
Especially Filoni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Filoni we trust. So the next scene after the title card was the first time I got chills and gasped. Because I'm like, oh my God, they're going to the planet Luke's on and building his
I want to know the name
school.
of this planet. It's not in the comics.
Brad
We were just talking
has
about that.
a theory,
I
and
wanna
I
know.
like it.
I think it's Agent Kloss.
I've heard that because that's where Luke trains Leia.
Yep.
So, yeah,
It's got to be that.
It's got to be.
that would be amazing.
And I think
I
that's
love
why
that.
they go back in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
because that's there's some Force energy there from
Yeah,
Luke's school being there.
It would be a great
that would be
time.
awesome.
So we're landing on Agent Kloss, let's call it.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful
Perhaps.
planet. Beautiful
I
planet.
would love if it was Batu.
I was just going to say, could it be Batu?
I think it's
too
too nice.
lush. It's too
yeah,
nu-
too
yeah,
lu-
it's
nice
too
isn't the word. Lush is the word.
lush. It's too
Batu
like
doesn't have
it's too
forests
jungly.
like that.
Batu doesn't have
Yeah.
forests like that. It's like rocky landscape everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those
that's-
spires stick out all over the over the planet.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole
That's
planet
fair.
spires.
It is. There is trees and stuff though.
There are
But you,
trees, but not
if I saw
jungles.
like a spire in the background when they go up to those
And
like
there's a
big
bunch of,
shots,
like, bamboo and
Yeah.
stuff.
bamboo,
Like,
it's a different aesthetic.
yeah.
All right, and I'm shutting the door. Keep talking.
Anyway, so here we go. We're flying in the N1 Starfighter, flying through the Queen's Guard, as they said in Episode 5. And
I
then we're
love
going
the introduction of this character that you're
Yes.
about to say.
And the antenna came up, and
Yep.
we all know who it was right away.
Yep.
But it's like the way they panned down to our good old Barty, R2-D2, was just glorious.
It's like it reminded me. It was probably the exact same shot and pan of like how you see him on Hoth when he's scanning for Master Luke. How it shows the antenna
Yeah.
first and then slides down to reveal
Absolutely.
R2. It was
Absolutely.
that same exact shot. That's genius how they reveal him.
So I don't know if you saw this shot. Somebody called it out after the fact, and I didn't see it because it was probably a
I
blink of an
probably didn't.
There's a shot of Mando when he's getting out of the starfighter to go talk to R2. You know, the droid pit or the droid section in
The bubble, yeah.
Yeah, the bubble. If you look at the right time, R2's right in the middle of it, like
Oh,
through the
I didn't
back.
see that.
So it looks like he's in the back of the
'Cause he's
of the
been in one of those
starfighter.
before.
He has.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a
So
cool shot.
Filoni right there, I'm sure did that shit
That's
on
a cool
purpose.
shot.
It's a really cool shot.
Whoever did the cinematography for this episode did
It
an
was beautifully
amazing
shot.
job. That pan view of the forest,
Yeah.
it was like a piece of art.
Which-
There were a lot of great
We-
shots in this episode.
God.
We said last week's director for good reason because she killed it, but we didn't mention like 1 through 4. But this one was Dave, right? Dave Filoni directed
Absolutely,
this
this was Dave
Yeah.
Filoni.
Yeah, we said it every episode who directed it.
Pretty
one? I
much.
don't remember who did 1 through 4.
Robert
don't-
Rodriguez did a
He did-
lot of them.
I think he did
Okay.
two.
he
of
did
the 4.
2 of them. Yeah, I think he did the first. Potentially
Definitely did the first.
Third.
I think he did the first and third. Yep.
Okay. Yes, that's right. He was part of the Go-Go Power Rangers scene.
Yep.
So that's right.
Right.
So, where the hell did Luke get those builder droids?
Yeah, right.
I don't know,
He's
they're
got
cool.
An army of them, but
I
I,
didn't
love
like-
the way they look.
I didn't like him the first time I saw him, and when I
Yeah.
watched it again, I was like, "Oh, it's kind of like a cool."
Yeah, right.
They're
I
like
love the way they
construction droids.
Pretty
Like,
much,
They're
yeah.
not meant to be flashy or
Are they really even sentient? I don't know. Or sentient? How do you say that word?
sentient.
Yeah. Like, are they like R2, or are they more of like one job?
I think they're
and
just
that's
a
all they
job
can do?
droid.
They're
I
like
mean-
worker droids. They
like
understand because
from
remember
Attack of the Clones.
R2 told him to make that bench.
Right. Yeah, that was
For
great. How
Mando.
they built a bench, and he's like, "Is that a bench?"
So
How
Mando
long will I be
lands.
waiting?
Yeah.
Mando lands. We have to talk about the dialogue he has with R2.
I love it.
And
He goes, "Hello, friend."
yeah,
Right.
he calls him hello friend, and this is Mando who hates droids.
That's true.
But he knows how R2 is kind of like a friend of the family.
Yeah.
He's got Grogu, so it was really cool to just see him accept like R2 as like a friend.
It's the first time he's accepted a droid like
Yeah.
that. Like he's been kind of, we know his past with him. But he's throughout the series, he's just kind of been like, even the one that saved him. What was the droid? IG
88 or 11?
11. IG 11.
11, yeah.
IG 11.
The one that Quill
given him
reprograms.
a different name.
It should have been like
I
42.
know.
IG 7. Can it just be like IG 7?
Or just
And
IG,
you would have
who cares?
80
IG Big Basketball.
Even with that one, he kind of like, even at the end, was just kind of like, all right, thanks.
I feel like a lot of the trust that got built up with droids was immediately lost with the Dark Troopers. He was like, all right, never mind. I still hate droids because these Dark Troopers are evil.
Right, and I get that. So he's talking to R2D2, and they exchange a few words. Din tells him, "I'm here for Skywalker." Right, I'm here to, I'm here to see the kid. R2 beeps. The bench gets built.
Mace
And then
Windu
R2 shuts off.
Mace Windu is back today.
It is. Damn.
Yeah. Docs has been like stocked all of a sudden. Call it stock Ondars.
Stock
out of
Ondars.
nowhere.
Stock Ondars.
Nice.
Sorry,
Oh, that's good.
I've been telling Holly she sees it again to let me know
Okay.
because I know you want one.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the builder droids builds him a bench, and he sits down.
He passes out.
He passes out. He's got to sleep. He's a Mandalorian. So the setup to how they get to this next shot of Grogu and the shots that followed of Grogu sitting there clearly meditating, just working through, you're getting a sense of the planet, the sense of the nature, and then bam, Luke fucking Skywalker.
Yeah.
Again.
He looks
My
great.
second time I gasped.
Yeah.
In the episode. Like, I of course, there's the chance that he could have been in it, but when you see Luke Skywalker,
It's just he's got a presence.
oh my
But
God.
It's more than Mando Season 2 where he has like probably his presence in the show, is not speaking more than he is speaking. He just like he's showing up in a lot of action. You don't even see his face, and then you see his face standing, not moving, talking for like a minute.
Well, we now know
So now
why
we get a lot.
they hired the deep fake dude.
Yeah,
He crushed
Holy
it.
it's improved
shit.
so
It looks
much,
so
and he
good.
did
Schmuck?
everything. He was jumping and running.
Shamook
and
on YouTube, or the Shamook,
Yeah.
whatever he is. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to assume this is you. You fucking nailed it.
Yeah, I think
my
you're
God.
right.
Yeah.
yeah,
There were a few times when he was running past, you could tell it wasn't deep faked. Did you notice it?
Yeah, when he did the flip,
flip,
or he jumped,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I saw
And
it,
then when
whatever.
he was jumping from log
Yeah.
to log, you could totally tell
Yeah,
it wasn't
whatever,
Mark
yeah.
Hamill.
I don't
I don't
care.
give a shit. That's
It's-
stunts. That's
yeah.
just what it is.
if it was bad storytelling, I'd be like, "That's bad storytelling."
Yeah, it's just-
but
I don't
the
get- I don't get
story
weird
is
about it.
great, and the CGI or whatever you want to call
That'd be
it
a
is
dumb
not
waste
as
of
great,
money
but-
to deep fake in a
Yeah.
blur. Like,
yeah,
who
who
gives
cares?
a shit?
Yeah.
that nobody's really paying attention to except for us nerds. So-
I'm sure no one caught that.
So we're Grogu is got his eye on a frog. He's not concentrating, meditating.
I love that.
On the Force. So I love it. And
First word out of Luke is
Grogu.
Grogu. I love the way he says it.
Grogu.
You
Yeah.
could just see that being from the original trilogy. You could just,
Yep.
he would, like how he would say R2. You know,
Yeah.
like it's that same
R2.
cadence.
R2.
Yeah.
so
How
and
does
then
Mark Hamill do it? Are they altering his voice at all?
they've got to.
Because
I
his
think
voice
they
is
mentioned
kind of
it.
rough
They
now.
mentioned it in the gallery.
Did
that it's
they?
Like, yeah, they tweak it a little bit.
But he's a voice actor. Couldn't he
And
just make his voice higher?
They said they do combine it with some old audio bits.
Yeah,
too.
remember it's like they all like mix it together.
right.
John
Yeah,
Favreau
this
was
is
talking
like an
about it.
amalgamation of like 8 things to make one character.
So
It's
fucking
insane.
cool.
Um,
Love Mark Hamill.
as-
Love that motherfucker.
Yeah, so Luke essentially shows him the way of the Force and lifts all those frogs
All
out
the
of
frogs.
out of the pond or whatever it was on that planet. And then they get up to take a walk together, right? And then this is when Luke is force walking, force pushing
Loved it.
Grogu.
He was just like
Because
doing
Grogu-
this.
insane.
Grogu has to take 45,000 steps to every 2 of Luke's. So yeah, he's like hop.
And
with
then
the
like
Force.
he
The
was doing
CGI
it.
on him was fantastic.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
did a good job. It never looked janky.
Yeah.
Not even for a second.
Nope.
It's because they make the puppet and the CGI to do the same thing. They're
Yeah.
like, we're not going to make the CGI do something the physical puppet can't do.
Yeah.
So that's the way you should do that.
So they're jumping along, and then Luke just starts casually telling him about Yoda.
And Yoda's theme slides in.
Yes. It
It's
does. It
just-
sure did.
hits
It
ya.
sure did.
It just
And I was just like, that's when I got emotional there. I was
yeah.
like, oh, God.
Yoda's theme everywhere.
You remind me
will
of
hit me.
someone I used to know. And I was just like, oh, of course, talking about Yoda.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if he's like, Yaddle?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Luke never knew.
We're like,
knew
wait,
her.
what?
Luke never knew her, so
You don't
no,
know that.
but
She's as old as Yoda is.
Yes, that's true. But
She's
if
as
she
old as
pops up,
Yoda is.
anything could happen. She could be in the next episode.
Oh my
for all we
God!
know.
Shows up.
Yeah.
Like, that is my son. It is.
Right? Yes.
Pregnant I was on the council.
By Yoda. Bad father he was. No
Bad
payments.
No payments.
Child support credits never came through.
That's the real reason Yoda dipped out because the
Let
Empire was coming
Palpatine
after
take
him.
over, I will.
Yeah.
Child support, I will not pay.
Imperial Senate done. No taxes owed more.
No taxes.
So
But
Luke,
he tells him a little about Yoda. He's like, he
Yeah.
told me size matters not.
Right.
He said he was a little guy, but he had a big heart.
Yep.
Like, I love that stuff.
little guy, big heart, and he told him he talked in riddles, right? That's what
Yeah.
he said.
Mhm.
He
Have you
talked
ever
in
heard
riddles, yeah.
anybody on your home planet say that or something like that?
And then
is
he
what
helps
said.
him remember home.
No,
So-
not home. Well,
Right.
Home to
home
him.
to
It's
him.
basically home because he lived there for 48 out of
So
his
where
50 years.
I couldn't. Was he on like someone's back? Where
I
was
think
he?
he was just sitting in a little like.
He looked like he was like sitting
Pouch.
in like a pouch.
Yeah, just a little comfy.
Because
couch.
I think maybe it was like on a Jedi's back or something.
Now
Could have
here's-
been.
This is gonna happen again. They're gonna do
Yes.
another flashback,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
gonna
Oh,
see
yeah.
We're gonna
somebody
find out who saved
major.
him.
And
Yeah.
I wanted to ask what your thoughts, mainly Tom, because you know this game better than all of us.
Yeah.
But is it Eno Cordova that saves him? Because Eno Cordova had the holocron with all the Force-sensitive children in it.
Oh shit!
But didn't Eno Cordova kind of start doing that before Order 66?
He did. So yeah, that's why I'm asking you because you know it better. Than I
Yeah,
do.
so he look,
could
Eno
do it,
Cordova
but-
absolutely could have dipped out and saved Grogu.
Which one's Eno Cordova? Is that the
That's
guy.
the,
Series Master.
the guy that's like in Force?
Yeah,
like,
the one
the hologram
projections.
holograms?
You
Yeah.
never see him because he's dead.
Wasn't he
but-
bad at the end though?
No,
Okay, I'm thinking
that was
somebody else.
Torrin Malakos.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
of.
Torrin?
Okay.
I always say his name wrong.
Malakos.
Terran Malakos.
Terran.
If we're going to connect it to Fallen Order somehow, I think it makes more sense that Seer saves him.
They
That'd
did
be
in this
cool, too.
episode too. By the way,
What was that?
they had a Fallen Order
And at
reference
the
in
end,
this
there's
episode.
a short little tie to Fallen Order.
The stems.
The
Oh
Stims.
yeah.
Med
the
packs
Stims,
and
get the Stims,
Stims.
get
Definitely
the
get
med
the
packs
Stims.
and
Which
Stims,
leads
that's
me
right.
to believe he might still be alive too, which is we'll get there.
Oh yeah, I'll get there.
Uh,
My tone has changed on that a little bit.
Same, but not in a good way.
So
I'm here for it.
Grogu remembers Coruscant, and my favorite shot of this are the clone troopers.
Oh yeah,
They look
looked
fucking awesome.
It looked awesome.
It was so cool to see the clone troopers again in live action in 2022 now, and not
I mean,
like
it's the same. We see him in the game in Fallen Order,
Right.
But like, it's a whole different
it's
level.
it's a whole different level of like live action.
and
It's
we
so
just
dope.
saw Order 66 like a year ago in Bad Batch.
We did.
But every time we see it, we cry. Like me anyway. Every time. We've seen it
Have there
30
been any
times.
theories
now.
about who those Jedi were? I feel like that
They had to
lightsaber
show it
falling
for a
on the
reason.
ground
Why would they zoom
has
in
to
on
be
a
somebody's
random-ass
lightsaber.
Did you ever look through the book?
No, it's over there though, and I have
Okay.
the picture I could look
I've
at.
never seen that saber in my life though, so I don't know.
I know.
I feel like
don't-
I had. It looked familiar to me. I thought it was Jocasta News, and then I looked at what her lightsaber looks like, and it's not that at all.
Right.
But
And-
that woman in the middle, that could have. I want everything to
have
be a
been,
Jocasta New.
but
I love Jocasta New.
Comics.
But her lightsaber's green, and it was blue in the
there
show.
were there were two greens and a blue.
well,
hers was-
comics
hers was green.
selectively matter, is what we're realizing. So
She could have had a different Kyber.
we can
at some
retcon
point.
it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I get it. I mean, what's more important to people who are like the entire audience? Is it more important for them to have something in a show and a movie be the canon version, or a comic book that 20 people read?
Yeah.
Like
I have to
I
pick.
get why
I
they
want
do
the
it.
movie or TV show,
Yeah.
but
I
I,
should-
want
I
it to be
shouldn't
the
have to
same.
pick,
yeah,
but
it should
like-
be just the same.
But if I'm going to pick one, I don't. There's little shit like that I don't care. Like the lightsaber's
Mhm.
a different color. You can explain that with a new Kyber crystal.
yeah.
Her other lightsaber broke. Like it could be
Right.
10,000 things, and I don't care.
So
But that'd be so dope if it was Jocasta New.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I say
it would be
comics
really cool.
selectively matter because this temple we get pictures of is from the Kylo Ren comics, Rise of Kylo Ren. So
that's right.
that's something from a comic that
That
they
is
said,
right.
hey, that is canon, as
This
opposed
is
to the
true.
other 8 things that they
It looks
brought in so far that
identical
are
to the
not.
shot. I sent you the guys.
Oh yeah,
I was.
I pulled out my comic.
I did the
as
same
watched
thing.
it. I'm like,
That's
like,
it.
Point down, point up. Yep.
Yep, that's
that,
it.
Yep, checks
Hey.
out.
Dave Filoni knows what's going on, man.
He does.
And
Yeah.
and I think even
Story group too. They got
Yeah,
to give them props
selectively
on
they
that.
know what's going on, but
you can't say they completely get rid of the comics because Chrysanthemum, they mentioned what
Well,
he
that's what I'm
came
saying.
from and what he was doing.
Selectively.
All right,
Like, he's
that's fair.
selectively canon.
There is shit they've retconned
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the
Oh,
comic
yeah,
books.
I know
and
that.
it's
Yeah.
like
Something
There's a-
in this episode.
it
I was
makes
gonna
me
say,
not
at the
want to
end,
read
we'll get
them.
there. There's a
Yeah.
huge thing in this episode.
Right.
So.
In the comics that they retconned.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get there.
We'll talk about it at the end.
Oh,
I'm
no
not-
way. I didn't
I don't
know
know
that.
how I feel about that, but
Yeah, me too.
it's great for the story.
It is
but
fantastic for the
we'll
story.
we'll get there.
So
Huh.
they come out of the memory of, and we're all like, who saved him? Who saved him? And I just thought to myself when Luke was just talking to Grogu and he's like, welcome back. This is peak fucking Master Luke Skywalker right now. This is peak Master.
Hang on a second.
So are you doing what everyone on the internet says? This is the Luke we wanted.
No, no,
we
no, no,
deserve.
no, no,
I know
no,
you're
no,
not,
no.
but
No, no,
I
no.
hate these people that do that. So
He's at the Jedi Temple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who goes into the Jedi Temple during Order 66?
Anakin?
could he have seen Anakin? If they do another like little flashback scene, could Luke see Grogu's memory of Anakin killing all these fucking people? Like, could Anakin walk by in this?
He could. I mean,
we know he's back.
yeah, but I also want Ahsoka to come back and talk even more, which she said, she might come back. So I want that to be how the whole Anakin thing goes down.
I'm a Stanikin, so I'm trying to think here.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Hey, if Anakin was anywhere, oh God, you just put it in my mind that maybe they snuck Hayden Christensen into the next episode of Book of Boba Fett.
That's what I'm saying.
Anything's possible.
That's what I'm saying.
It could
Don't
I'm
do this to me.
Anything's
That's what
possible.
I'm saying, dude.
Don't do.
That's what I'm fucking saying. Luke could do another one and be like, wait, and just he would know that it's him.
No,
We would know it's Hayden.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
If they don't do this,
not.
Lucasfilm needs to call me because I got fucking
I'm not ready
ideas, son.
My
I got
body
ideas.
is not ready yet for Hayden. I'm not ready to see Anakin yet. Oh my God.
Well, in theory, we might not have
A
a
couple
couple
know.
months
months.
longer to wait.
A couple of months you'll be seeing him.
Jesus Christ. And we'll get to that next episode.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is I love Luke in The Last Jedi, and you guys both know that. But
Yeah, we all do.
It's very cool to see this
The
Luke,
progression of the
this
character.
progression, and he's
Huh,
like
crazy.
I think they set this up to show why he fails with Ben.
For sure, and people still aren't going to realize it. They're still going to be like, the Book of Boba Fett Luke is my Luke.
So
oh my
remember,
God.
'cause we're at this scene, right? Is this where he's talking to Ahsoka now?
Not yet.
no,
Not
okay.
yet.
we're close,
Remind
we're
me
close.
to bring that up when we get there.
Oh yeah, oh trust me, we're getting there. But one more thing I wanted to say because it kind of ties in. We're talking about the school, and Grogu's there and he's building the huts and stuff. You think we might see Han and Leia drop Ben off?
Anything's possible. So I'm going to keep
Yeah,
saying that.
anything's possible at this point.
And
I mean,
you've been saying there's going to be a Han. You think
Extra
there's gonna be a
scene
Han
at
show
Han's
up.
extra
coming.
scene at the end of like the next episode, like a
be
after
so
credit
dope.
scene.
How
I-
we-
how are
how
they
we
gonna
had that
wrap this
Book of
show
Boba
up
Fett.
in one more episode?
We're not. There's season 2 coming.
You think so?
Yeah, there's no way.
Even with the kind of lukewarm reaction, this shit, no pun intended.
it was
got-
lukewarm until the last 2 episodes.
Got
People went from this is pointless to this is the best thing of all time.
they always
Except
do
for
that.
IGN, they could go suck my fucking
Yeah, they
big
give it
red
a
hairy
7.
dick.
They give this episode a 7.
This potentially could be the best Star Wars media
It's a
of
bit-
all time.
That's what I
And-
think it is.
And they gave a Jackass 4, which Brad and I
Cannot
I
wait.
haven't seen
love
it, but
Jackass movies. I adore them. They
I
gave it a
do.
9. But a fucking Jackass movie where you get a whole bunch of like fucking mentally challenged squirrels in a room who get paid a lot of money
How
to
old are they by
beat
now?
themselves.
50?
They're in their
They're in
50s.
their 50s, yeah.
holy cow!
So,
Jay Knoxville, and
this
this
is
is
true.
Jackass
Let
4.
me turn up
Can
my,
I
my
stop
hearing
yet?
aid for this.
have I paid my ex-wife enough money? Can I stop doing this?
Can I stop getting kicked in the balls? Can this happen? Isn't that
I
like
wonder.
what they do?
Well,
Like,
they have other people doing stuff now. Like the dude there was a shark attack on this one.
jeez.
Ooh, I
got-
can't wait.
Did you
What
not
if
know
he
about
dies?
that?
What if
No,
he-
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, dude got
He
chopped
just
up.
died.
Steve-O?
No, his name is Poopsies.
Of course, of course.
I met Steve-O.
Poopsie.
He's fun.
I feel like I may have done shows with Steve-O once.
I met sober Steve-O.
I think he was
Is that
sober.
the
with
which
same?
is
him.
which
Is
is
that
a,
really the
a
same?
great yes.
That's
Yeah,
the
he's a
version you
great
want.
version. Yeah, you want sober
I
Steve-O.
can
Yeah.
imagine, yeah.
Absolutely, you do. Okay, so and then now the next scene that I gasp. So we get to Mando, passed out. It's just him sitting there, and then R2 just kind of turns and looks. Because remember,
From Force Awakens.
yes, remember R2 what powered himself off when Mando got there. He's like, hey, wake
Low
up.
power mode.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
turns and looks, and then Din grabs his gun, points it,
There's
and
a
then boom,
twig snap or something too, like a sound cue.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So it's like, whoo, gasp number 3.
I was so shocked.
So was I for
I
her.
didn't think we were going to see her again until her show.
Me too.
Here we are.
I didn't see because I didn't see how she fit in to help Boba, and I know where you're going with this,
Yeah.
so we'll get there, Brad. So I didn't see how she fit in because Jedis are not going to go just help a random crime war,
No.
right? They're just really not.
Not anymore. Back in the days of the
Oh, the
Republic,
High
they would
Republic.
have been the
Republic,
first
they would've.
ones there.
I know
Yeah,
it,
they were
but
on the front lines.
Luke's not playing
Ahsoka,
that game.
Cal, Ezra, all the ones around right now know better.
Yeah.
They're a different order of Jedi right now.
Yeah.
So Obi-Wan's dead. What am I thinking? Yeah. Anyway, so it's Ahsoka, and I think Din says right. Oh, he's like, "Oh, you. What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
And then fought back tears the second time I watched this when she said, "I'm a friend of the family."
Yeah.
Like, oh man,
Yep. An old
I
friend
love
of
that
the
line.
family.
that line.
Yep.
Ugh.
I loved that line.
I love it when she calls him Master Luke too.
Yes.
She's like, Master
Like,
Luke.
wait a
is
second,
doing-"
you're
I'm
older
like,
than him.
What? Yeah. But
And
that's-
you're your father's Padawan. Come on.
right. It should be Master Ahsoka, honestly. but
Thank you. Yeah.
Did he call her? He even say her name? Did he?
No.
I wonder if
No.
she's a master.
Nope. She's a civilian.
Not if she's helping
I know.
out.
No, she's a Jedi now. She's a
For
Jedi
sure.
Knight. We've never seen her. She's never had a Padawan. She's never
True.
trained anybody.
She didn't
She's
want
not-
to train Grogu.
She turned down
No.
Grogu. Yeah.
I'm gonna get to that in a second. I know you wanted to make a point here, but maybe we can hold that till we get to the point when they actually
That's fine.
talk.
That's
yeah,
fine.
because I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that'd be stronger then when,
I think so.
when you talk about it there. So
We got the whole dialogue between Din and Ahsoka,
And
where it's like, "Are you here for you? Or are you here for him?" And,
And
he's
Din-
like, "I want him make sure he's safe." And
Yeah.
I love her quote here. I'm like, "Is it though?" She goes,
yeah,
"There's no place in the galaxy more safe than here with Luke." And I'm like,
I was like,
"Is it
I,
the
at
safest?"
that point in time, yes,
Yeah,
because he hasn't fucked up yet.
yeah. But I'm like, okay,
and this is when Ahsoka mentions because
It's like, thank God this is a few years before.
yeah.
this is when Ahsoka tells us and confirms that Grogu would be the first student of Luke's school.
True. She says
If-
it first.
yeah.
Luke says it later, but
Right.
Ahsoka says it first.
Ahsoka does let him know.
Would be being the key.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My favorite Din moment here is a little bit of levity, where Ahsoka basically just said, you can go to him. There he is, and he's like, all right. And he's just dipped out, and then she's like, well, hold up.
Yeah. She's like, I didn't expect you to.
Yeah, I
actually
didn't expect you to go that fast.
Yeah. He's like, he's right there. He actually says that. He's right there.
He's
I'm
right
like,
there. I can go see him.
Yeah, you could,
Yeah.
but
And this scene was just so good because
It was heartbreaking.
it was heartbreaking, right? And
all this way and they don't reunite.
look,
Like,
Courtney wasn't in the Book of Boba Fett until last week's episode, and Grogu and Mandalorian just reeled her into this
Holly's
show.
the
yeah,
same way.
I
yeah.
did that with a lot of people.
right.
Yeah.
So
Shows the power of these characters, though, right?
huge
Like,
power.
Well,
of
I
Mando.
like-
God,
I like Din better than I like Boba.
I do too.
Me too.
And I'm not just talking
Absolutely.
like Boba now. All Boba I've ever seen. Like
Yeah,
Din's
I'm with
better. He's a better character to me.
I
don't know.
agree.
we get the confirmation of the first student, and Ahsoka and Din are going back and forth in this really heavy exchange of can I go, can I not, can I go, can I not. And the fact that we haven't had Din and Grogu back together that first moment is just going to make it when they see each other again for the first time so much more powerful.
Yeah.
So obviously, did I want to see them together? Of course. I was nervous about in the canon reasons, like I didn't want Din to go to Grogu and Grogu have that attachment and Luke say, "Go away, I can't train you." Right? I didn't
Yeah.
want that yet. Right? I wanted to see more of Grogu, which we got.
I think the attachment up until this episode was more on Din's side, but I think at the end of the episode, Grogu has that same attachment.
No, she says he misses you very much.
Yeah.
And him going to Grogu would have made it a lot worse.
Yeah.
True, but
Ahsoka
then
told
the
him that.
gift
It's like
makes it
I
a
thought
lot
about
worse.
this. It's the same way like when you like have a babysitter and
Yeah.
your kids are really young. I know you guys can both relate to this a lot.
Totally.
When your kids are really young and then like you leave and then have to go back in for something, you always kind of want to like sneak.
Oh, no,
or even like
well,
with your dog,
I was
like
gonna say not
like you
with
don't wa-
kids, but with Jackson, I do
you want to
that.
be like you want to like
Today I
go
did
in as
that.
quietly as you can so they don't know that you're there, so they don't get excited and then get
Right.
disappointed when you leave again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was today with Jackson. I
Yeah.
ran home, grabbed my
Aw.
stuff, we ran out.
He's probably going to shit on your bed now.
I don't want to jinx it, but he's never done that.
Okay,
Knocking on
well, that's
wood,
good.
but we'll see.
That's good.
First time for everything.
Din,
Yeah.
as they're walking through the forest to get to that spot where they see Grogu and Luke, Din calls Ahsoka out here, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Why are you all of a sudden okay with him training with Luke when you didn't want to?" He's like, "Boom, mic drop."
But she's got a great answer.
Yep. So I wrote down to her answer, Ahsoka Tano is a libertarian. She's like, I don't control the wants of others. I'm like, fuck yeah,
That's
yeah.
what, that's what Jedi are supposed
That's
to
what
do.
I'm talking about.
That's what Jedi are supposed to do. So
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, I was so fired up when I saw that. So, and I
And then,
wanted
and then
to,
she said, "Let's go, Brandon." It was very weird.
Out of nowhere.
and then we got or I want to make a comment about Rosario Dawson. I think she's the perfect matured Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah,
I didn't
she's
like her
doing
as
great.
Ahsoka in this episode.
Huh.
It didn't feel like the same character to me.
She's older.
I know, but
Well,
it
she's
doesn't.
older.
Same character compared to the Clone
Ahsoka
Wars,
doesn't
or
have these
compared
movements
to-
like she does. There's something
She's
about her
older.
movements that are.
I'm okay with it.
It doesn't bother me to the point like it takes me out of
Well,
it, but like I just don't.
Oh yeah, she has that kind of arm movement you just did. I can like see the scene from the Clone Wars movie. That's why you've never seen the Clone Wars.
I
movie,
can't
right?
get through it. I've tried 3 times.
Isn't she like
she used
5
to-
in that movie?
She's
young.
She's like
Yeah.
7,
12,
8.
somewhere in
super
there.
young, yeah.
Yeah. But she does a lot of like arm movements like that when getting snippy with Anakin.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm wrong. Fair enough. I've been wrong a lot on this show, this
Yeah,
wrap-up
it's
show.
that movie's rough, so I don't blame
I
you.
can't get through it. I've tried. I've literally tried 3 times, and I get to the
Ahsoka's
same
only-
point where
Ahsoka and Anakin are the only reason to watch it.
it's just so bad.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on Camino, like don't care.
I thought it was very cool how they subtly snuck into the dialogue how Mando said he's a foundling, and then Ahsoka replied, maybe he's a Padawan or
Maybe
something like
perhaps
that.
he's a
Yeah,
Padawan,
Perhaps
yeah.
he's a Padawan, right. So even though you couldn't see it through the helmet that you've got over there, sitting over there, you could see the emotion right through as they just
Oh, yeah,
stuck
it's
on Din's
amazing.
face.
That
They do such a
acting is
good job
amazing.
with
Yeah.
that.
I don't know how.
I don't know how they do it either. That doesn't make any sense. Like if I put that helmet on, it would not convey the same. Even if I
Nope.
tried to do the exact same movements.
No.
I don't know if it's Pedro Pascal in
I
there
was
a
gonna
lot.
say,
I
that
know
leads
it's
me
not.
to ask these 2 episodes we haven't seen his face. So is it just all voiceover these last 2 episodes, or
I
is
don't
somebody
know.
Could
doing
be.
it? Is
He's,
it him?
he's in the suit a lot. Because
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
a lot of controversy when it was like being
That
filmed
was
that
for
he wasn't
Mando
in there.
though, but for these 2 episodes of Boba, has he even been there at all? I wonder.
I would assume.
I think so.
I
Is
think
this-
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because like you have to know because this is like
It's consistent. He's always
yeah, it's
consistently
consistent.
Mando.
This is season 1 and 2. Din.
Yeah.
True.
Like,
He's
this
not
is-
as protective of the character as like Adam Driver is, where Adam was like, no stunt dudes.
Well, no,
I'm doing everything. Like,
but the thing is, like the stunts that Mando was doing in like the first 2 seasons are way more intense than anything Adam Driver did.
true. But that was just an example. I wasn't
Yeah.
stunts aside. I was just talking like even walking around.
I don't think. Yeah, like a second. What do they call them?
Second night unit. Second.
No, I forget what they. There's a
yeah.
term for them where it's like a stand-in.
Yeah.
That's what they're called. Stand. Like,
oh yeah.
I think it's him. Because it's like I said, the movements are always so consistent that it just always feels like him.
Yeah.
So
I'm
if
right
it's
there with you.
not, then holy shit, whoever's doing the
Yeah.
body work is insane because they're crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
Even the little movements when he like puts his knee up on stuff, like
Yeah.
when he walks,
It's
like
not just the action scenes and the fight scenes. Everything.
love it.
It feels just like Mando.
So next, we go back to our beloved Luke and Grogu. And this was the don't try, do. And this is Grogu jumping. Adorable Grogu.
I love his
loves
first
it.
little
attempting
hop.
to
He gets
jump.
like
Yeah.
2 centimeters
So
off the
cute.
ground. 2 centimeters.
I was laughing my ass off to this scene. He's so
Yeah.
cute.
And then the don't try, do. I mean, come on.
Loved it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Great callback.
his own
It's
spin
just,
on-
God
on the
damn
quote.
it. Yeah, Jesus. Everything. And then we had the run and flip scene for Grogu.
I could just
And Luke, him being on his back. Like,
What a callback!
Callback.
the same little backpack.
Everything,
And we got
yeah.
the Force theme in there too.
We
that
did.
Force theme makes you tear up every time.
Can I ask, and I wrote this down, is this the first time in the Mandalorian
Yeah.
series whatever
whole
we'll call it,
live-action
that we've
TV
heard
show.
the Force theme,
No,
right?
it happened in Mandalorian
Like-
season 2 with
Like
Luke.
two
No.
notes of it though. No,
thought
that
it-
wasn't Luke. We got like maybe it was 3 notes. When Grogu lifts the Mudhorn, we got like 3 notes. It was like ba-da,
In the Luke
da,
scene when
and
he
then it went
shows up
something
on the elevator, don't they use it?
No, we
No.
made a big deal about it.
Yeah,
how it was
everybody
a new
spliced
theme.
it in and put it on YouTube.
And
It was
everyone's like, "This is
different.
the music
That's
it
right.
should have
There was
been."
people were pissed that it wasn't.
That's
that.
right.
That's
I wasn't pissed, but I was a little put off at first. But I love that song.
I remember you
now.
talking about that now.
Yeah, I love it now. I was completely wrong, but yeah, we haven't heard the full Force.
Yeah, this is the
theme
first time
until
we got
now.
it like
Yeah,
full.
I think you're right. Yeah,
we
you're
had
right.
like 3 notes when Grogu lifted the Mudhorn in season 1, but that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm glad you made mention of that because I didn't catch that the first time with the Mudhorn.
Yeah, it's only like 2 or 3 notes.
Okay,
It's like
okay.
ba-da-da, and then it changes.
Okay. So this is when he's watching Mando fly away, right? Is when
Yeah.
they're playing the... No, that's when
Well-
they take him up to the tree.
Yeah, when he
And
climbs
they're-
the bamboo,
Yes. Yes.
and
I'm
he's
sorry.
like, "The world,
But that
the
is-
galaxy
that
is
is
a
where he
dangerous
sees him
place."
fly off
Grogu.
from
No.
No,
He sees him fly off before then.
yeah,
It's like right after Mando leaves Ahsoka, Grogu watches.
We forgot
him
to say that
'cause
he gives Ahsoka the chain medal.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
yeah.
He
She's like,
gives him
"Let
the-
me give it to him." Yeah,
Right. And Din was okay with that.
Yeah, Din's like, "As long as you promise me you'll get it and promise me he's safe, yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, and that next scene, Grogu's in Luke's in the backpack,
backpack.
before they start doing the jumping and flipping,
Yeah,
and that's when he sees the ship fly
That's
off.
right. Yeah. Okay.
So Grogu might not know who that is. I mean, he's got the Force. He
I'm
might
sure
know.
he can sense.
He reached out to it, didn't he?
Right, but it's Grogu. he reaches out to Frog. He reaches
That's
out to
true.
anything. You know?
That's true.
Yep.
He thought the remote that he's about to play with in this next
Was a
scene
ball.
was a ball.
I
Yeah,
love
he's
that.
like, "Bah."
I love Luke's like, that's not how it works. Like,
That's not how the remote works.
right?
So
The
again,
Force works.
seeing how call back to A New Hope, watching Luke play with the remote. We see Grogu do it and just flipping around. I mean, the first time he gets shot is funny as hell.
He gets
Hilarious.
launched
Yeah,
backwards.
"Bah!"
like, and Luke's like, get
Get
up.
up.
Always
Yeah.
get up.
Always
I
get up,
love
yeah.
that, man. I mean, I was not a great coach. That's half the reason why I stopped. But it reminds me of coaching. It's just like, that's how it is.
That wasn't the reason you quit.
It was half the reason. I wasn't that good.
What town in Indiana are you from?
Fort Wayne.
Were you the local team that I heard about that all the people got meningitis because you
Probably,
gave them
yeah.
a bad hamburger?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
His team got meningitis. So
It
that's
could have been a lot worse with that joke. I'm glad you didn't say
yeah, I
anything
know.
really
I
bad.
actually I just stopped myself. There were a few things I could have really
Yeah,
deep
no.
into.
What is this, Rodian Radio? We can say
Yeah.
what the fuck we want.
Fucking
True.
hell, bitch ass. Hey, Rodian Radio, it is 7:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and
Dude.
The Last Jedi is still canon.
Tom
how
has
you know-
never messaged me while he's watching something before until today, and it was coming fast and furious. You guys better come correct when you come on the show because they're gonna light
It's
their
clear
ass.
as
You know
day
Tom
that
loves
these.
you when he
that-
can do that
I
with
know.
you.
I know. One of them's 24, so they don't have any life experience. I'm going to teach these youngins a little bit, and I'm saying this as a 35-year-old, and I'm not
You're
some
the
old
elder
guy.
statesman of the show here.
I am, but I'm coming at you guys. The sequel trilogy is really good. Deal with it.
Coming in hot.
Yep. And it's only going to get better with all this shows we're getting on Disney Plus.
exactly.
That's going to make it better.
So we go through all
Just like the way
training.
Clone Wars make the prequels better.
Yeah.
Yes,
same shit.
somehow.
Thank you.
Not
Rebels.
much better, but
Yes, Rebels,
All-
especially.
Especially
Yeah.
Rebels.
Especially.
yep.
And then the last 4 episodes of season 7 of Clone Wars, and I say that all the time, is spectacular. But
Yeah.
now we get a fantastic scene. Ahsoka's walking up to Luke through
Have
the
we-
forest.
Have we already jumped over when Luke's like swinging around the saber?
Oh,
I can't
didn't
remember
like
the
that scene.
progression. At first I didn't.
It looked a little like it looked weird.
But it looked a little weird, but at first I was like, why is he doing this? But then I was like, he's distracting Grogu. And the first time I watched it because I didn't know how the episode was going to end. But now I completely get it because he's like, oh, he's showing him this green
Yeah, that was-
lightsaber.
that was before
as a
because
hint of what's to come.
I wrote down Luke is keeping his skill sharp with the saber, which was pretty cool to see.
It was
I
cool, but
I
it
didn't
was,
like it.
it was 2 reasons, though.
It looked like a guy on YouTube, like. It looked like us in the lightsaber meetup.
Hold up, yeah,
It's me every day. What are you talking about?
Don't get me started on that shit.
We're gonna talk
I'll-
about it.
Okay.
I'll save it for the new show.
Okay.
What was I going to say?
But I just like that he was distracting him with the lightsaber.
Well, yeah,
and it ties into the end of that
And you said
chapter,
Luke
so.
was kind of being, YouTubey about it, but don't forget, Grogu was like never picked up a lightsaber before in his life,
Yeah.
so he's probably showing him.
And the last
really
time he saw one,
it was
it was to protect him.
Yeah, and then even before that, Moff Gideon was
The
trying to
dark
stab
saber.
him with one.
Yeah.
So, anyway, okay,
Trying to desensitize him to it, maybe.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just show him the ways of easy saber.
I don't
wielding.
know if this is good or bad, but I wish I was nerdy enough to know what saber technique that was. If it was form 1, 2, 3, I wish I was. I'm not there.
I
though.
have no
I
idea.
don't care to know.
The only one I can
Yeah, I'm
remember
not that
is
deep.
Count Dooku uses form 2 because like Dooku 2. That's how I remember it. But that's the only one I can tell you. But I wish I could tell you what Luke was
Let's
doing.
just be quiet for a second. Let him realize how nerdy that was. Hang
I
on.
want to be that nerdy. That's what I'm saying.
Get him! Beat him up!
Get him! Okay, so then we get Ahsoka walking through the forest, and then I just wrote down Ahsoka and Luke exclamation point, like holy
That's
shit.
exactly what I wrote.
So before we get into it, I want to let you, Brad, just say what you were telling me before the show.
Okay, so this whole thing was a really cool dialogue between the two of them. However, I would have loved to have seen the first time that we see Ahsoka and Luke is in her own show, and they're having the conversation that I've talked about before,
yeah,
wanting to
about Anakin.
about Anakin.
Yeah,
Because we know she's a friend of the family, so he knows, she knows. But
we got a hint at it.
yeah, but
But
I
it's not
want
enough.
that. I mean, you love Ahsoka.
I
How
do.
dope would that fucking moment
I'm with
be?
you. But
Yeah.
How dope would that moment
for
be?
me, I get how it's a dope moment. For me, the more important moment for Ahsoka is going to be Anakin Force Ghost after the fact.
For sure.
That's more important
But
to me.
this would be an important moment for Luke. And
Very
that
big.
would be the moment for Ahsoka.
I'm with you. I get it. I'm still very thrilled that it didn't. And I get it. I
It
get
didn't
your
ruin it
point.
for me either. Like I
No.
liked
it
it.
didn't
Don't
ruin
get me
it.
wrong.
We
I
just
just
said
I had
this
the
is
thought where I was
possibly
like,
the
oh,
best
that's cool.
thing.
Then I was like, oh fuck, I kind of wanted to see that in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
It
have been.
didn't ruin it.
But we
No,
still got
by
some,
no means am I
No.
shitting on it. I just would have preferred it to have been in a different way.
So they're talking a little bit. They're talking a little bit there, and as they talk in the beginning, Grogu murders the remote with the Force.
Yeah, just
he's
throws
just
it
like
in
mother.
throws it right in the little lake. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well,
So it's
Is
like
that
all right,
dark side? Force choke?
yeah.
close.
Luke's
He
used it on Tatooine.
He has. He's using Return of the Jedi like hardcore.
You sit on the fucking things in Mando.
That's right.
That's
oh,
true,
that
on the Dark
absolutely is
Troopers.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then Ahsoka says you've trained him well, and it's like more like he's remembering
Yeah.
his training before. So like that was pretty cool.
I
Like,
love
oh,
that.
shit.
I love
love
that.
that, too.
Yeah. And I love how
Loved
Luke.
that.
I love how Luke recognizes it. And if it, can I just say this was the moment in the show I just like I had to reflect and like I couldn't believe how much Luke we've gotten to this point.
Yeah.
And then Ahsoka, and then in R2 before that, and when this scene ends and we finally go back to Tatooine, there's a few more things I want to say. Boy, oh boy, I thought like, what else could we get? This was
How
a
does it
great
get any
episode.
better?
How does
Yeah.
it get any better? So, but before we get to that, so he said he was remembering, and he said these next two
I have
lines.
this exact quote wrote down
Yeah.
too. Sometimes
Sometimes I wonder if his heart is in it. Luke
Yeah.
says, so much like your father.
Yep.
From Ahsoka, dead. I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Done.
The delivery too. It wasn't just like so much like your father. It was just like so much like your father.
Turn the episode off.
Yeah.
Have a cigarette. Go to bed. Like shit.
Yeah.
God damn.
That was good.
And
It
then we
was
get
good.
Ahsoka
good.
says it to Luke, right? Sometimes the student guides the master.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's Ahsoka and Anakin, right?
Yeah,
there.
it is.
It's like
100%.
holy shit.
100%.
Yeah.
It
This
absolutely
isn't
is.
Rodian Radio. You can curse.
Yeah.
Except that in that case, the master didn't listen.
Nope, not at all.
No, not at all. He killed
And I
people.
killed everybody.
Yeah.
I killed a lot of kids.
Plot
actually.
twist.
I'm
It was
gonna-
actually
I'm gonna say
Ahsoka's
it again.
idea. No. Can you imagine?
She's like texting Anakin, like, fuck
Do
off.
it. She says, do it.
Do it.
And it triggers him.
She sent the gif of Palpatine saying, do it.
Yes.
By mistake as like a joke.
And he was like, okay.
Oh,
well.
you took me serious,
Wait,
Anakin?
whoa, that was a fucking joke,
It's
dude.
a joke, you
Jesus
psychopath.
Christ. I'm out of here.
So Luke
Where's Darth Maul?
getting killed on Tatooine by Obi-Wan. So,
E.
so Luke asks Ahsoka as she starts to walk away, will I ever see you again? And then this line, perhaps.
Perhaps.
So yes,
That's Ahsoka. That's
we'll see Luke in the
100%.
Ahsoka
But-
show.
Yeah. but
Now-
the way she said that was
And
great.
then she gave a May the Force be with you to Luke.
Ugh.
Like, how cool is that?
To her former master's
Yes.
son. I
Anytime I
guess.
see Dave Filoni's name on an episode, I'm just going to assume Ahsoka's there.
Pretty
True,
much.
but that's
He
not
does
bad
love
thing.
Ahsoka. Yeah.
The
It's
only
his
thing
character.
she
He says
wasn't
they have to give permission from him to use it.
Yeah,
That's
the only
right.
thing she wasn't in that he's done was Resistance. Like that's it.
That's
So,
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank
I mean,
God.
He didn't
Yeah.
direct any of that though.
I don't,
He was
yeah,
just
you're right.
he was just a
like
producer.
showrunner
Yeah,
or
he was a
something.
producer. Which doesn't mean shit. It means he got a paycheck.
Yeah.
So we're finally going back to Tatooine, and we're going to Boba's palace now, and they're all around talking.
The cameo of Boba Fett.
Oh no, this is Mando landing, and he lands the M1 Starfighter. He talks to the guard, and he's like, "I'm here to
On
to see
request of Fennec Shand.
Right,
Request
request of
Fennec
Fennec
Shand,
Shand. Yeah. So he gets in, and then they're talking around the round table there. Did Boba speak at all in this episode?
No.
So it's like the OG trilogy Boba we've had the past
Except
two.
Kind of
not
throwback.
falling off of stuff and
Yes.
dying. Yeah.
Yes. So, so Mando and I wrote this down. Mando and Black Chrysanthemum are enforcers. I thought that was pretty cool.
They're
They're
experienced
like,
muscle. Is
yeah,
what she said.
experienced muscle, and they're enforcers. So they're obviously going to be kind of like commanders of this little army that they're putting together. or
Yeah,
whatever.
because then they say the Pikes have an army and they're
Are
Exactly.
you
troops
sure there's only 7 episodes?
Yes.
of season 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only 7.
Yep.
Do they say it?
Yes. I've seen everybody
I
mentioning.
know
the season
7's a
finale
weird
next
ass
week.
number. Like, why not 8?
They did 7 with
7's
Hawkeye,
weird.
didn't they?
No, 6 with Hawkeye.
Yeah,
6
it was
with
shorter.
Hawkeye. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. Mando leaves because he's
Well,
they
so, like,
they
we
ask
need
him about
soldiers and
they need
troops. And
soldiers.
he's like, I got an idea for that.
Got an idea. So he leaves, and we see him flying over. And I love this shot with the Jawas. They somehow managed to get the fucking dragon
I
skull
want to see a flashback
top
of
of
how
that.
the hell they did that.
of their vehicle.
I don't really want to, but I just
Did
how?
you? I forgot to mention this. The first scene with Mando and Cobb Vanth in the bar. They had the rib
Yes,
cage.
the
of
rib
it
cage
in the
Yes.
bar.
inside the bar.
I wrote that
love
down, yeah.
I love
I
that.
love
Yeah.
that detail. That's
So
something
cool.
that who cares? but
That's
it's
so
there.
cool.
It's so cool.
So yeah, so he
And it
lands.
looked practical too, which is what was fucking.
It did look
nuts.
practical. So
Yeah.
so he lands. We're not quite at the bar scene yet, but he lands, and then out comes Deputy Dumbass, who we're gonna get to.
Oh
later.
wait, that wasn't at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
That was
At the
now.
end.
Yeah,
Whoops.
yeah, that was
They
sorry.
talk it out
No,
of the
you're
bar.
fine.
Sorry,
You're
sorry. I got it confused.
You're good.
I'm really high on Dayquil. Sorry.
That's all right. I'm really high too.
Dayquil.
No.
NyQuil. Definitely NyQuil.
Sure. Yeah. Let's call it that.
THC quill.
Yeah.
Quill from Mandalorian.
Food. So the bar shot with the dragon in the ribcage. I said that. So we learn. This is a really good conversation. It feels like an old western. Mando is being humble with Cobb Vanth, and Cobb's listening to him. He's like, "We're square, you and I."
And Mando's like hesitant. He's like, "Oh, yeah, we're square." Like he didn't expect that to go
Right.
that way.
Right.
And the bartender's not helping Mando at all. He's like, "That's not what we want. Get out of here."
Here in Freetown, which I didn't like.
That's a city folk problem.
City folk.
City
Yeah.
folk problem.
Yeah.
'cause
Freetown
he's-
doesn't sound Star Wars to me.
At fucking
I
all.
I
Yeah.
don't care.
Like
I don't
like
care
get
either.
it, but
We're not gonna
Mos
hear it again.
Espa is such a fucking cooler
Well,
name.
it was Mos Pelgo.
Mos Pelgo, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because Din's like, the people of Mos Pelgo are good fighters. And then the bartender's like, Freetown.
Freetown.
I'm like, all right, weak way, get out of here.
Go fuck Hondo.
So they're talking, and he basically says, Cobb Vanth tells Din, "Let me think about it.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll see what I can do." Thank you, Evan.
Yeah. Well, I love his dialogue, too. He's like, Mando, that's what I like about you. That big smile of yours lets you do whatever you want or something like that. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
loved that too.
dang, man, like, you need a Western movie. Just a legit, not Star Wars Western, but a legit Western movie. Somebody cast him as a cowboy somewhere. And just
Yep.
A full-ass
He
movie.
was. He was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
But like a real cowboy movie,
Oh,
not
gotcha.
that's a great movie, but
That's
it's
a
not a
fucking
cowboy
tremendous movie.
Like someone needs to give him a good, bad, the ugly movie or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So we're getting there.
Yep.
Oh my God. So yeah. So Cobb Vanth steps outside of the bar, and
It's good timing for the villain here that Din leaves.
Oh my
what
God.
if Din was there
Yeah,
30 seconds later?
right?
Like
Like
how's
what
that
if
go?
I have to go take a piss?
Maybe he was
and
waiting for
and
him
it takes
to leave.
Din 5 years to get the armor, the Beskar off.
Right?
So he could have come out and been like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, what
Oh
just
shit.
happened?
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So, but he flies away like
Yep.
literally 30 seconds before. And then Cobb Vanth turns around, or he sends the bartender first to go round up fighters, right?
Yep.
The fighters
they're
pilots.
gonna have
like-
they're gonna have a
The
meeting.
bartender's like, they're not going to like this. And he's like, they might after what I have to say
Right,
or something.
exactly.
What was he going to say? That's what I want to know. Like,
I think we're
We'll
just gonna
find out
tell him
next
if
because he's alive.
if Spice were to run through the town, they would be screwed and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would have Cobb Vanth his way into it. So
Yeah.
He's the best.
yes.
That awesome talk that he's got. His cowboy
Exactly.
speak.
So then he turns and Cobb Vanth looks, and there's a shot that he's just looking out in the desert,
Awesome
and
silhouette.
we see a silhouette.
A
Didn't you
blurry
really?
silhouette.
I'm so pissed I couldn't tell from the jump. I didn't get
I know the second
I
time I
think it
watched
took me
it.
the flash the second because they show it three
like
times before
yeah,
you
I
see
think
it.
The
Yes.
second time
The
is when
first
I
one's
caught it.
so from a distance.
Yeah,
second
I'm
time.
like-
Second time is when I caught it too. I
Me
go,
too.
I was sitting there
I
and
was
watching
like,
with
oh.
Holly, and I said, Holly, it's fucking Cad Bane.
Yeah.
She's like, what? Because she knows how much I love Cad Bane.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way. And then sure enough, when you like see him close,
No,
you see the
it's-
tubes.
it's
and
Anything
I'm
is
just like,
possible.
I said
yes.
so. Courtney and I were watching, and I just said, "Oh my God!" On that second shot, as soon as I saw the cowboy hat, oh my God, it's Cad Bane.
Yeah.
And of course she asked who, and I had to tell her, I'm like, Bounty Hunter from Clone Wars. Hold on.
She only knows who he is because
yeah,
I love him.
I'm like, hold
Yeah.
on, Bounty Hunter Clone Wars. Hold on. Like,
she
I
got me
gotta
a
see
Cad
this.
Bane Black series for like my birthday last year or something. So I
That's a sick one.
fucking love
I want
Cad
the
Bane.
new one.
I have a
I
Funko
want
too
a
of
new
him.
Cad Bane Black series.
I do too.
from
I want a
Boba
live
Fett.
action one.
So as we see, and they pan to that silhouette 3 times, out of the desert comes a stranger that they were talking about in the
Yeah,
title
it
card.
wasn't Cobb.
It was not Cobb Vanth. Here comes Cad fucking Bane.
And Cobb
Clint
knows
Eastwood
bad
himself.
news is coming.
Oh,
So
of
he
course he
warns
does.
everybody.
Tells everybody
He's
to
like,
get
get
inside.
these good folk inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Something bad going to happen? He's like,
Hope not.
hope not.
Yeah. So the stare downs between the two of them were set
Three
up.
of them.
Well, it
There was-
starts off as
I was
two.
talking about-
Oh, that's right. It does
that
start with
dumbass
just two
comes
of them.
out, and
That's
Cobb
right.
is like, get inside. Get inside. Like,
No, when I meant 2 of them,
take the hint.
yeah, I meant Cobb Vanth and
And
Cad
Cad
Bane at first, and then
I forgot he's not there the whole time.
yeah, Deputy Dumbass comes out when they're
That's,
talking.
that's his canon name to me now.
Yes,
I don't care
Deputy
or
Dumbass.
know
I
his
did
real
not like
name.
that
That's what I'm
character.
going with.
Looked
Deputy
like
Dumbass.
Giannis Pappas.
Yeah, he was bad.
So we get it back and forth, and I'm so happy that was Corey Burton.
Oh yeah, I
Zero's
was gonna
so
say
heavy.
I watched the whole end credits.
Yes,
and as
so
soon as
did
I
I.
saw Corey Burton's name, I was like, they
But
did it.
it's
They
so
got Corey.
it sounded like him though. So
There
I'm
was
like,
no-
yeah,
yeah,
it's Corey Burton. Yeah,
I was.
Yeah.
I didn't have to. I knew that voice is so.
yeah.
I'm glad they did. He's as much tied to Star Wars voice acting as anybody. He's been Count Dooku. He's
Oh
been,
yeah.
You name it, he's done it.
And
Does he modulate that voice at all? Or is that how he does he talk?
I
like
don't
that?
know.
I don't know.
There's something electronic about it. I feel.
I don't think I could do it. I've got a deep voice as it is, but I don't think I could get.
What's a line from CAD BANE? What does he say? I
At the
wouldn't
end of
go
it, he's
sticking
like, as
your
long as
nose
the
where it
spice keeps
doesn't
running.
belong.
As long as the spice keeps running.
Boba Fett is a killer who worked for the
Cold-blooded
Empire.
killer.
Cold-blooded
Cold-blooded
killer who
killer.
worked for the
Yeah.
Empire.
Yeah. I can't.
I can't do it either. It's
I
just
can't. It's shit.
he's got a fucking
Yeah.
iconic voice.
A lot of it is he talks through his teeth too.
There's a lot of this.
Yeah.
So I just want to call out. I've seen a couple of stupid memes out there. People like his nose should be lower.
Oh,
his mouth.
fuck off!
Fuck
You're
off.
taking
He looked
a 3. If you brought in Anakin
magnificent.
from the Clone Wars series,
Thank you.
it's the different look. So
Obi-Wan,
shut the fuck up.
Dooku's beard.
Dooku looks the
Pointy
worst.
Like,
triangle
yeah.
looking beard.
Compared, yeah.
You
So
can't,
it's-
you
you
can't
can't
translate
compare
that
that.
directly. You have to
It's-
change it. And also, there were Duros in the bar in A New Hope, so we have to use that same design of a Duro
Correct.
to this
Boom.
modern live action.
Fuck.
You have
Fist
to.
bump.
It's just
Well,
stupid.
It's
How stupid are you guys?
It's
Like, come on.
nitpicking as fuck.
and it's
Yeah.
it's the people who nitpicked on how
I-
long Ahsoka's like tail,
The Liku
the
Gives
ears
a
are or whatever.
fuck,
The Liku
guys.
and
Liku-
Niku,
But
something
but
like
anyway, and
Yeah.
I think Dave Filoni said this fairly well, or was it Rosario Dawson who said this? But like, look, she's older, and like you cannot like some of the things from animation is just gonna look like shit live
Yeah.
action. If she had
Yeah.
long
That's why
hair,
they changed. That's why they changed.
it would look horrible.
Superhero costumes.
Yes,
Like it's the
Yeah.
same shit. You
Yes.
can't translate everything one to one.
right.
that. Yeah.
And
That's
like,
why
because if
Hawkeye
you did
couldn't-
it,
yeah,
it would look retarded.
the,
like
the
he
purple,
would look.
the purple on Hawkeye would have looked terrible live action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it
It's-
works for Cat, but anyway. Okay, so we get the tense back and forth. You know, Cad Bane gives Vanth an out at first.
It's almost the inverse of the opening scene.
Yeah.
He's like, think about it.
Yeah.
Kinda. Just
Yeah,
not as nice.
Cad Bane basically told Cobb, think about it,
Yeah.
but in his very Cad Bane-y way.
Yeah.
And he gave him an out, and Cobb Vanth, you know, and this is when Deputy Dumbass comes out.
Well, yeah.
And
What's going on here, Sheriff?
Yeah,
Y'all gonna
Get
be
back in-
okay.
He fucked it up.
he did. It was his fault.
Yeah.
Fucking jackass.
He pulled the gun first, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cad Bane was just faster than both of them.
Both of them. But if it was 1-on-1, Cobb might have won. You know?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't
Man,
think
For the
so,
story,
brother.
I love
story
Cobb
reasons,
Vanth.
I
You're
think-
not fucking with Cad Bane.
I told
Yeah.
Courtney
He's known to be the quick draw.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah. I told Courtney when it was just the two of them talking before Deputy Dumbass.
Oh, he's
got it.
dead.
I said, "Yep." I said, "Cad Bane's got this
Well,
blindfolded." Like,
in universe, yes, but I turned to Taylor. I'm like, they're just now introducing Cad Bane. He's not going to die. I'm like, they can't kill him 30 seconds after he's been introduced. So
I didn't think he was going to shoot him. I thought he was just going to come as a warning and
and
be
then
like,
walk away. Yeah, I
oh,
could see that
really?
too.
That's
That
what
would've
I
been
thought.
cool.
I knew Vanth was dead, or like at least I
Well,
thought he
should've
was.
been.
I know he should have been, but
But Cad Bane has been known to shoot people in the chest, and they survive. So it's fine.
Wrecker?
Hunter.
Or Hunter?
Yeah.
Hunter, yeah,
Ugh, stupid.
I whatever.
They're
Clone
not gonna-
powers.
you
Who
got-
knows?
we'll get to it.
Yeah.
They have to have something to rally behind. You can't kill off Cobb Vanth right now.
No,
Well, I didn't want him to die, but watching that scene play out and he gets shot, I'm like, that has to be how he dies.
By
Like,
the way,
that's
anyone
fine.
who's watching the show, I highly recommend watching it with subtitles on.
Yeah.
Because there's shit in the background that is not
Yep.
audible.
Agreed.
yeah, what
that
the
is in the
villagers
script.
yell, we didn't catch.
And you can only catch it if you're watching the
They
subtitles.
yell out they need a med pack
Yep.
and they need stims,
Stims,
from
which is-
Fallen
yes,
Order.
they do, and they exist. It is canon again.
So that's
cool.
how Cobb Vanth will live. Those med packs
No,
and stims.
I agree because somebody also said there's something wrong with the sheriff. So
Yeah.
nobody said he's dead. Somebody asked, "Is he dead?" And nobody
Deputy
said
Dumbass
yes.
though, he's dead. So
Oh,
it's fine.
Deputy Dumbass
He
got
got
murdered.
shot
like-
twice.
oh,
No,
it was
more
than
than twice.
It was
Was it-
probably at least 7 times.
Okay.
Cad Bane was unloading his
Yeah.
cartridge on him,
and he
just-
got
Which those are the
Cobb Vanth
same
hit
exact
once.
pistols he had in the Clone Wars
Yeah,
too.
uh-huh.
I
Yes.
love that.
I love it.
Yeah.
So and then he just
yeah.
turns around, gives him the
Strolls
warning.
out. Yeah.
The spice will run through. And
If the spice keeps running,
as long as the spice
will
keeps
be
running
bothered or
through
something.
Freetown.
yeah.
he didn't say Freetown.
No,
Whatever
he
the fuck
didn't.
it is.
Yeah. So and he turns around and he just disappears back into the desert.
Yeah.
Gangsters, fuck!
Yeah.
Gangsters fucking deed.
Great intro.
I
great
thought it was
ending.
over there, but it wasn't.
Yep. And this, Brad, was my favorite part because Max Reboot blow the
I
fuck
don't know.
up.
Was that what
Max
happened
wasn't-
next?
He wasn't shown to be in the bar at the time.
Sorry,
but
I just wanted to get to that. No, yes, he was in the bar.
He was?
I saw him.
Oh,
yes.
no.
I went
One
back
of the
and looked.
first
I didn't
shots.
see him.
I saw him
Oh man.
clear as day.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw it clear as
How many
day.
times is my boy gonna get blown the fuck
My
up?
RX is gone. Garza's gone.
Those are a dime a
Max
dozen.
is-
Fuck those droids.
Garza's dime a dozen. Whoa.
By the way,
No,
speaking
the
of
droid.
He's a dime.
Speaking
but-
of
She is a
Garza,
fucking beast.
speaking of and we should just get to this point. They pan to the bar. Do we know what the name of the cantina is?
the sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Or- yeah.
Duh, the sanctuary.
The
Every
good
time I think of
version
the sanctuary, yeah, I
not
think
Mando
of that
Chapter
episode
4,
yeah.
not that one.
So the sanctuary, they you see two Pikes go in, sit down, like the Twi'leks.
Don't even order anything. They
Yeah,
just
well,
leave.
with the
And it's like, well, I
Twi'leks
wonder
show
why.
up, the one with the shirt off and the one with the bikini top.
Yeah.
You know, why do they like Star Wars loves sexualing Twi'leks?
They're
It's-
hot as shit, bro. Who gives
That's
a
part
fuck?
of their culture. They're
They're whores.
yeah.
Well, then there you go.
It is in the canon. So yeah.
All right, so they go. They say,
They're
you
like
want,
the Brazilians.
And they were slaves. They were slaves too.
Do you want the? I'm trying to save your career here, Brett.
That's
like,
what it is.
Do you want your helmets cleaned, right? And they're just like,
Yes,
yeah.
I do.
But how are they?
Come over here and clean his helmet, bitch.
It's like in Spaceballs. Spaceballs when they're like, I hear she gives great helmet. Have you remember that line? It's that. But the
So-
Pikes can't take off their helmet. So what kind of dumbass question is that?
We've
can't.
we've seen him with the helmet off. The leader.
They can't last too long though, because it like liquidates them. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
Okay.
can, but it's like not long enough to get it cleaned.
Okay. So they obviously they left something behind. Garza's walking around. She
An
talks.
ice cream maker, nonetheless.
She talks to.
They're called like a
Camtono,
Camtono,
Camtono, something like that. Yeah.
They do a panned-in shot of Max, the blue elephant, because he's
Oh,
about to
no.
burn.
Oh no,
Um,
I don't remember that, but I'm sad.
I do. It was, I saw it vividly in my dreams too.
Rest in peace, Max Rebo.
So,
Rest in peace, beautiful bastard.
are you still going to do your Book of Star Wars titties that we talked about last
Oh, yeah.
weekend?
Book of
because
Star
because
Wars
Garza,
titties.
you don't remember that?
That wasn't on the show. That was at the Saber
That was
meetup.
at the Saber meetup. We
Oh,
were-
I wasn't there for that.
oh, you weren't? Oh
No, I
shit!
don't
Yeah,
think
you
so.
were. You were.
Yeah,
We were in
I
front
thought
of the
Brad was
Echelon.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, we were drinking. You were drinking the milk.
Was I paying attention or was I talking to my
No,
son?
you were
You were
absolutely paying attention because you were.
I said the Family Guy side boob hour.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Oh, yeah.
you're like, that's
yeah,
my
yeah.
side boob.
That's my side
Yeah, we
boob.
talked about
That's
Evan
right.
making a book of Star Wars titties.
Yeah, that's I remember
Because
that.
it stemmed from Bantha titties.
Yeah, it's Semper Bantha boobs.
And Thala sirens. So yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so they drop something off. Garza realizes, oh shit.
Her face is great too. Because
Yes.
the droid's like, wait, you forgot your Camtono.
Yep.
And she's like,
And
you
then
see it-
halak
you see it
bakakadoosh.
on her
Aloha
face.
snack bar.
I'm like, oh. The Pikes couldn't even commit suicide though. They had to dip out. Like they couldn't even fully commit. And
That's true.
the
Cowards.
cowards. They're too cowardly to be cowards.
So-
Okay, there's something that was mentioned by CAD Bane, and I told you this earlier, and Cobb Vance said it earlier in the episode, which I think leaves it open for the potential of the syndicate that they're talking about not being the Pikes.
That's true.
Because
Bane doesn't say
Bane
Pikes.
says the syndicate, clear as day.
Owns.
And
Does it
Cobb
owns
Vance
Tatooine,
said,
right?
and Cobb Vance even said to the Pikes, he's like, I know of the syndicate.
Yeah.
And
They
like,
keep using. They
Ah.
keep
They keep
reaffirming
saying
that it's not.
syndicate.
Yeah, I didn't
So-
notice that.
Still possible.
It's still possible for all of the puppet master
Crimson
to be
Dawn.
Crimson Dawn and Kira, yeah, because all they
Dang.
had to do was just pay Cad Bane to just show up and make sure shit's running right
Yeah.
for the Pikes, but they're the ones being the master of puppets here.
I would
yeah.
give anything to have this
The
is a
Pikes
complete
aren't known
side.
to be that smart. They're not like
Right.
the head of anything. They're
Right.
just like the grunts, basically.
And
So,
Cad Bane just only cared about the spice running through. He just
Yeah.
cared about the credits. Like Crimson Dawn's going to care more about, like just they're going to want control.
Yeah.
It's,
Dang, yeah.
it's more of money. So we will see. Next
They
week's
did it for
episode.
there's a reason. Like
I'd like to think
anything's
so. Yeah.
possible. Kira's coming. Han's coming. We're getting it all.
Do you think I would give anything to see? I don't care if it's this show or just I want to see Han and Leia dropping off Ben and having that
Mhm.
final. Even though it's not the same
What
actors.
if it's like in passing, Din comes to pick up Grogu and they're dropping Ben off like at the same time?
If
That'd
like
be
if Mando, what if Mando's walking back to his ship after he sees Grogu and the Falcon's there? They just pan off.
And it's just there in the background. It's not even like the focal point of the scene. Like
Well, maybe, or I mean, it won't be the focal point, but maybe just he turns and looks, and it shows the Falcon for a hot
and
minute.
a little kid runs down the ramp
Oh my God!
in a little black tunic.
You're making me cry already. Dang.
Yeah, that's what you do. Don't just.
I'm not saying you
That's what you do.
absolutely do
Yeah,
that.
That's
because
what you do.
absolutely do that.
That's what you
that
do.
Scene is going to be Din and Grogu, so you don't want to distract and take away. But
And that would be a way to have Han there without having to
Yep.
have somebody who's
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't need Han to show up and mow him down because
just a
Because
kid.
if you see the Falcon in
black.
this time period, you know Han. Like it
Yeah.
can't be anybody else.
have a Leia walking like some blurred out chick in a white dress.
Yeah.
Well, they
that's
did
all
in
you need.
Rogue One. You can get Shmook to do it
Yeah,
again.
technology is so
yeah,
much
it's
better now.
Better than
6 years.
I think the more subtle you do that, the better you are.
True.
Agreed.
Because you don't want to take away from that emotional Din Grogu
Agreed.
You just
reuniting.
want to add to that scene
Right.
of going like, "Fuck, that's Ben Solo."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that might be Mandalorian season fodder that
Yeah,
we're
who
getting.
knows?
So
All depends on what happens in this next scene.
right.
Yeah.
Kinda.
So the next scene, they're in the built
That ruins comics.
hut.
Maybe.
Maybe, and we'll get to that. So
Yeah, I don't know what y'all are talking about, so I don't know.
I
this.
forgot to bring
We'll get
the
there.
issue with me, but I'll tell you the issue.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
it at home. You have it
Do
too.
I have it?
we'll get there real quick.
Yeah.
So he's got a box next to him. So immediately when I saw Luke sitting down and Grogu sitting down, I knew the box was a saber.
Yeah,
I didn't
a
know
little
whose it
saber.
was yet.
I knew it was
Same.
Yoda's.
I didn't
Yeah.
know who it was.
Because Yoda's is a small one.
But
It's
you
got to be
called
his.
out-
Yeah.
You called that it was going to be a chainmail shirt, chainmail.
Well, they
armor.
showed the chain being made.
I never saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they show it
but
like
you
dripped down.
called
That
it.
wasn't.
I
you
thought it
called
was a necklace, but it makes total sense.
Right.
It,
Oh,
it
really?
Can protect him. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why I,
I
thought
thought
it
it
was a
was the
necklace.
Mythos
Yeah.
armor.
Well, no,
Yeah, so
they
did
said
I.
it was going to be armor because it shouldn't be. It should be made to
Okay.
defend, not protect.
That is true. That is
Right,
true.
right,
Then I just pieced it together. I mean,
Yeah.
that wasn't
But
like a
you
prediction.
called
I
it.
just
It was,
I thought it was
chainmail.
pretty blatant.
Yeah.
So he takes it out. He puts it down. And he's like, "Did he say this is from like your friend? Did he say this is from?"
He says this is Master Yoda's lightsaber.
No. I'm talking about the chainmail.
He does because he tells him he's like you can go back with him
Back with
or
your friend,
Right,
the
okay.
Mandalorian, or you can
So yeah. So then,
accept this lightsaber.
so he puts on the left side of Luke's left side. He puts the chainmail down, flat on the ground, and Grogu's looking at it. And then he pulls out. He's like, "This is a lightsaber. You know, this belonged to Master Yoda."
activates it.
Activates it,
Oh.
right. Shows the green. So, Evan, I'll give you the spotlight here to say what's been retconned in this moment.
Well, I don't. There might be a reason they might fix it to say Yoda had 2 lightsabers. Maybe
and he
Who
could
knows?
have.
He could have. He could have. But in Darth Vader issue number 1, the first one of Charles Soule's comic line, Palpatine is gathering all the sabers collected from Order 66, which Yoda obviously doesn't die, but he drops his saber and leaves it behind in the Senate chamber, and they pick it up from there. So Palpatine has his lightsaber.
But
They're
so,
gathering them and they melt them down in this giant
they melt
melting
them
pot
down.
in the front of like everyone on Coruscant, all the civilians, to like make a
Oh,
show,
what the
make
fuck?
a scene.
So I was
And
going to go like maybe Ahsoka got it somehow. or-
Mas Amedda, the guy in Revenge of the Sith with like the blue spikes and the fat guy who's like
yeah.
Palpatine's like right hand man.
Mhm.
He shows he's like, I have Master Yoda's lightsaber, and he throws it in the melting pot. Like, so
Does it look like
should-
Master Yoda's
Oh, it is.
lightsaber?
And they make a big
Okay.
deal to show that it's Yoda's.
Fuck.
So he had 2 of them, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe he made another one after he left and went on hiding on Dagobah.
Like
Maybe.
Yoda died on Dagobah. Luke was in that hut for a hot minute after he
Yeah.
died. He could have
Is
picked
that
up the
Master?
box.
Maybe he had a second. I mean,
Yeah.
I do not see, and he was alive for what, 800 years,
Yeah.
900
Yeah.
years or something.
yeah.
He absolutely had more than one lightsaber.
I
so
hope so.
I'm okay with that because I think that moment is.
I don't care. It's such a cool
spectacular.
moment that like
Yes.
I don't give a fuck if it
It's
messes
a cool
up one
moment,
issue of
but
a
now I
comic.
want to be
However-
like, where'd that come from?
However, I was a little disappointed. I was hoping to God that when he said it was Yoda's, oh my God, it's going to be green. But like, what if he didn't say it was Yoda's and it was the yellow color of the poster I've got?
I thought the same
Yeah.
thing because I was
Yeah.
like, I was going, is that where this
Yeah.
is concept
Yeah, as soon
art
as I
from?
saw the box, I was like, oh, it's that poster. They're doing that scene.
Right. I
But-
was hoping that it was, because
Well, that is official Lucasfilm art,
Yeah.
isn't it? So like,
I think so.
I think it was.
But I mean, there's that official art of the end of Mando season 2 being Plo Koon. So like, it's
Oh, that's
probably
true.
done that way on purpose.
it's just as a,
Very
it
true.
could have just been a general
No,
concept.
It's still a
piece.
spectacular
Oh, it's
picture, and
Oh,
I really
yeah,
I
it's
love
cool.
it. Yeah.
Beautiful poster. Beautiful.
So he gives him an ultimate. He gives Grogu an ultimatum.
I knew this was the actual end.
There's such a
Oh
sad-
yeah, we
there's-
all knew that.
Yeah, there's you can't do anything after that. As soon as he says that, I'm like, we're not seeing this choice yet.
Grogu
But
looks left, Grogu looks right, and then back up at the camera, and boom,
There's
Dave
such a sad-
Filoni.
Yeah. There's such a
Dave
sad quote in there,
Filoni's
though,
hot
from Luke.
piece of ass.
Which-
Dave Filoni.
But that, like, there's a quote from Luke that applies to a lot of alien species, like Chewie included. He's like, I don't remember it exactly, but he's like, you're gonna outlive anyone you're hanging out with.
Because a lifetime for somebody else, maybe
It's a short time for you. I'm like,
yeah.
that's really sad. But yeah, like, think about it. Chewie
that
has
might
seen
be-
Han come and go.
Oh,
I
that's
forgot
like,
to mention this when we were talking about it. I meant to remember this. And I completely forgot. When they're talking about having the doubt in Grogu, that is 100% when Luke is talking about having like,
Yeah. about
she
his
goes,
heart being
she
in
said,
it.
trust your instincts.
Yeah.
That's got to be a reference to Last Jedi.
Oh yeah.
Because what if he gives up on Grogu and then that becomes his instinct is to give up?
Mm-hmm.
because it's difficult, or he's not in it, or whatever.
Yeah,
or
and he's like, do I give up on Ben? Do I give up on Ray? There's
Yeah.
so many people. Do I give up?
he didn't want to help Ray. Like he was kind of done, and
He doesn't want to give up on Grogu, but he's like, I'll leave this up to you.
what do you guys think is going to happen? What do you think is going to go down?
I could give you the fucking I could sit down, take a bunch of Adderall and write down what I think is going to happen, and I guarantee you they're going to somehow still blow my balls off.
Yeah, anything we say won't
at this
be
point,
as good
Brad,
as what they say.
At this point, Evan and Brad, I seriously have no fucking idea the way this show is going to end.
What do you think?
I really don't.
It's possible for it to go either way. I have an answer, like which way I'm going to say, but I think either way could make sense because it doesn't have to be if he stays, he gets killed by the Knights of Ren, whatever. Like he could stay and leave eventually after he's trained and not die. That could happen, or he could stay and die. But I don't think he's going to stay. I think he is going to go back with Din, so we don't have that whole scene with Knights of Ren or anything like that happen. As cool as it would be, I don't care if it does or doesn't happen as long as the story is good.
Before I give you my prediction, did you guys see the books in the background?
Yeah,
The
that
Jedi,
was cool.
the Jedi text.
The original Jedi texts.
Oh, that's cool.
They're
No,
on
I
Octo.
didn't catch
the ones
them.
that are on October.
Yeah,
in that
good.
room with them.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad.
Such a cool detail.
Another Last Jedi reference. Thank
I
you very
think
much.
there's-
Hey, gentlemen, Rodian Radio. Did you know it's 7:32 Eastern Standard Time in Orlando, Florida? Yes, we live that close to Galaxy's Edge. Suck it.
And
the
the
Last
Star Wars
Jedi is still
Galactic Star
what?
One of the guys lives near Galaxy's Edge.
Guys, what's the Last Jedi still? Right
It's
a
still
great movie.
canon.
And
Thank you very much.
What's the deal with
But
canon?
he's going back to Din with me. Is what I think.
I hope they find a way to do both. I hope they somehow figure
That's
out
my
a way.
prediction.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
here's
either
what-
way
here's
could
what I
work.
think
yeah,
is
go
gonna
for it,
happen.
Brad. Yeah.
He gets trained and then
There's
leaves.
nothing that says that if he takes a lightsaber, Luke throws the chain metal into the fucking river. There's nothing. They didn't say that. He
He
didn't.
throws it just like
well, fuck your
he
dad.
throws it like he throws Anakin's saber.
yeah, like
I
he just
would love
chucks
that.
it. There's no, there doesn't. Nothing says that.
Like,
He
well,
puts it on a shelf. Here's
what-
what I think. He's gonna take the lightsaber. Luke's gonna put that on the shelf. When shit starts going down with Ben Solo, puts that little metal fucking chain armor on and goes into hiding, and he's safe. It's
Oh my
best.
gosh.
It's Beskar armor.
Yeah, so that fixes that not really
Boom.
problem, but thing of like, oh,
there you
no,
go.
they're
I
gonna
fixed
kill
it for
him.
you.
Like,
So
yeah.
now he can train there.
Yeah.
I think the next time, now that I'm thinking about it, that Mando's going to see Grogu is going to be Din's death. He's going to save Grogu.
You've been saying
It's
that from the
next
jump.
We have.
Yeah, we
have.
didn't think we were gonna get this much
No.
Din though until Mando season 3. But we got him again.
I know
so,
you
like,
said, and look, I know they cleared out the droid hut, pot, whatever we're fucking calling it, and it's clear as day Grogu can go there. So damn it. So we're probably going to see that eventually. But I would love for them to save that.
See,
meeting
I would
again.
love for that to be a tease that you don't see him.
Okay, I'd be fine.
I
with
don't,
that.
but I don't know. I think until shit goes down at Luke's temple,
Yeah.
and I think he shows up and Grogu is safe and he's able to get him out.
Okay. Well, then I'd be okay with that too. I mean, you know me. I love a good death.
Luke's like maybe Yoda's like Grogu's like meditating on a hill while that shit's going down, and he sees Mando and he kind of like
Oh, hold on. First, I want to see. No, it's just the Knights of Ren, right? Could there be?
if canon
Was there an
has
extra
these
Ren?
selectively
They
canon
will-
comics,
Because I kind of want to see Grogu yielding a lightsaber and fighting off some Rens. That'd be so fucking cool.
that'd be pretty cool. Well, at that time, Ren was alive.
or just force chokes all of
So-
them.
Hell yeah.
yes,
We've seen him use the force.
Yes.
He's
on
just
those
like,
stormtroopers with Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's right.
he was throwing them around too.
He
that whole
was.
chamber.
that would be the shit. And then
If-
but then Din's going there for whatever reason, and he
Yeah.
picks him up and they dip out.
If
That's
they're-
how I
yeah.
would
Oh my
like.
God. Like
That would be the best way to end it.
Knights of Ren are like circled around Din and Grogu,
He
and
just
then
li-
Grogu.
just lifts
No.
him.
Oh, I was gonna say Grogu ignites his saber. Like, let's go, bitches.
That'd be cool.
Bitches we
and then
go.
Din ignites the dark saber.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, back to back. Like
Oh, my
against
God.
each other like comic book style.
Look, we haven't even mentioned, but we got Princess Deathwatch is still out there looking
Yeah.
for her dark
She's
saber.
well, I mean, she knows where
Yeah.
it is. She just can't take
Well,
it unless
well,
she fights him.
That's right. She has
But
to
now that
figure
he's
out.
not a Mandalorian, is that the plot of season 3 going back to Mandalore?
It's gonna be both. I think
Yeah.
Bo's gonna be on Mandalore waiting for him. I think she knows. I think she knows where he's
Yeah,
going. And I
'cause-
think she's gonna
And
be
that
down
would
in the
explain
minerals. Yeah.
why
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's off doing
Because
this.
she
shit.
knows. Because she knows he took his helmet off, and she knows in that
She knows
cult,
what he has
if
to
you
do.
take it
Yeah.
off, you have to go to the mines
I think she's gonna be there with Casca Reeves and
and axe wolves.
Axe Wolves. I think she's gonna be ready for him.
Good call.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
Guys,
because
out of
they
10.
all thought not Bo, but the other Mandos like Boba and Din. They're like Mandalore's glass,
Right.
and Bo's like it's not. That's just what the Empire wants
Yeah.
you to think.
Yeah.
So now
There's still some good to Mandalore.
Din
yeah.
has to go there, and yeah,
Yep.
Bo-Katan has to be there waiting. Dang, yeah.
She will be.
That's a good fucking call.
Yeah.
All right, guys, out of 10. I think I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
I
I'm with
think
you.
There's no
There's-
point you skip
There's
over.
nothing
There's
wrong
no,
with that episode. There's no
quote,
filler.
plot holes,
There's no fat.
filler.
It's-
Yeah, it's
I've never been
Yeah.
moved
There
like
is one
this
plot hole.
with Star Wars media.
Lightsaber.
Yeah.
but
But I mean,
canons are canons. Comics are selectively canon. So
Nowhere
I've
near as
accepted
big as somehow Palpatine returned.
No.
Nowhere near as big
it's
as
nowhere
that.
near as
So-
stupid as that.
But that's only going to get more and more explained as we go.
I hope so.
Correct. Yeah, and I hope so too.
I would love if Luke finds out that he's gone, and that's one of the reasons why he dips out and starts to get scared of training this Jedi, and that would be
That'd
interesting.
be cool. I mean, he goes to a lot of the what are they called? The observatories.
Well, we
that
do know
Palpatine
he
had.
exists because he's looking for the Wayfinder, so he has to know something's going
Yeah.
down in Exegol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him and
That's true. Him and Lando.
Lando.
Yeah.
and they're being hunted by Ochi.
So you know something's going down with
Dude,
with
we could
Emperor.
see that as a series.
That
or as
would
an
be the
episode
fucking
now.
shit.
Anything can happen now. Like I keep saying it. It's
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to go. Nah, they wouldn't do that because they've
Yeah.
done.
I-
They've, I didn't think in a million years.
Nope.
Well, first
All
off,
of
that
this.
we'd get
I never
any of this
thought-
in this show.
true.
But like, I didn't think we'd get this much in Mando season 3. I mean, this is what I thought would happen over a season of Mando season 3,
Yes.
Yeah.
and half
It's,
of what
we've
we
got
got.
it in
Half
2
of it, yeah.
episodes of Boba Fett.
It's crazy.
Blown
I
it up.
never thought we'd see live action.
Remember
Ahsoka,
when-
never thought live action. Cobb
Remember when-
Vanth.
Cad Bane was the
Cad
one where I was like,
Bane.
Oh,
fuck,
Cad
here
Bane
we
was
go.
was my highest scream of the day
Yeah.
when I was watching episode 6.
I think it was me too because I love Cad Bane so fucking much.
I got the most.
He's the coolest character.
I got the most emotional when Ahsoka talked about Anakin, both of those times,
Oh yeah.
and then screamed the most with Cad Bane. I just
Perfect.
And he was like, he looked terrifying. He looked like a
He
freaking
looked
monster.
so
Cad Bane
good.
looks so.
Like if I
fucking
saw him in
bad.
a hallway, I'm out. Like
Yeah.
a dark hallway alley.
Those
like, he's
eyes,
terrifying.
the eyes when
It's 'cause they don't
when he
have-
looked up. Oh my god!
He lifts
Yeah.
that like brim of his hat. It's because they don't have like
His
pupils.
teeth looked a little weird,
a little bit,
but I think
like,
it was just because they looked terrifying.
Yeah, he
'Cause
looks
when
terrifying.
you see the eyes, it kind of fits the teeth.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it does. I
But
mean,
when
he's-
it's just the teeth,
That's,
you get
that's
like,
another thing. How much of that is prosthetic and how much of that is animation?
I don't know. I couldn't
'Cause
tell.
that- yeah, I
it
can't
looked.
tell.
It looks. If that was
Looked
CGI,
practical, yeah.
holy fucking.
But if
shit.
it's
the
all
best
practical,
CGI I've ever seen.
too, that's amazing. If
I
it's
wanna-
practical.
hopefully we get a gallery of Book of Boba Fett.
Oh,
'cause
we will.
I want to fucking see that.
Yeah,
Disney
I don't know.
will capitalize on that, and this is
'Cause, like,
Favreau,
that-
man.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looked practical to me, but it
Yeah.
also looked like it could have been fake.
Yeah.
We're at this weird level with this uncanny valley shit where it's hard to tell
But
anymore.
it's not really uncanny.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to tell. Like,
Mark
Yeah.
Hamill and Luke Skywalker in this show is not uncanny. I
no,
would not call
he
it
looks
Not
uncanny.
anymore.
fantastic.
Yeah.
no, he looks
Love it.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Looks
like
great.
you could. I
I
love.
think the lighting helps too because
As
they're not
much
like a
as I
dark
love
situation.
Tarkin and Rogue One, like that still
That
had
looks
some
like shit.
uncanny valley. So like
That was the
there's
first time
none
they
with Luke.
did it.
Right.
Yeah, and
Tarkin,
then
yeah.
they did it with
Tarkin and
Leia.
Leia at
There,
the
there was
end.
some uncanny with Leia, but if they
Leia
did
looked
it
better
now,
to me than Tarkin. did.
Yes, Leia looked much better than Tarkin.
Yeah, but we had more time to be with Tarkin.
That was
so
also
like
a
he fell
reshoot, yeah?
apart as
Wasn't that part of the reshoots?
Leia? No, Leia was always involved. I thought.
I don't
I
know,
don't remember. I don't.
That's
I
all
can't
right.
keep
I'll
all
go
this
back
shit
and
straight.
look.
but
But
yeah,
so
I'm
10.
giving this a 10.
I'm giving it
10.
10.
I
30.
think it's the
I
best
can't-
Star
I can't
Wars
find anything
media.
to break down. Like
Other than the Yoda saber, which I didn't
Yeah,
know
but
about. It
I-
doesn't,
like
I don't
I've
care.
said,
It doesn't
I'm-
ruin it for me at all.
He had two.
coming to the
Yeah,
point.
he had
He's
two.
800
He's got
years
two.
old.
Who
He
gives
had
a
And I'm
shit?
coming to the point where just comics are selectively canon. That's what I'm just gonna say.
There's
'cause-
also nothing that happens in them that is major enough. Even that is just like a throwaway thing. We have Master Yoda's
Yep.
saber.
Rise of Kylo Ren is probably the most major comic
That's to
thing
me.
ever.
That one's gonna be piss me off if they start fucking
They
with that.
can't.
Yeah,
That-
they already
that-
have.
That was such a hit though.
yeah,
That comic book was
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember hearing about it. I went to stores. I couldn't find it, and then I finally bought it.
I bought
online
one at Launch
somewhere.
Bay. One of the issues.
I did
Oh,
too.
that's cool.
They
Yeah.
need to bring that back.
They
man.
need to bring
That's the
comic
best
books back
comic
at
books
Disney,
about.
yeah.
I know they should summon
Missed that.
Tomorrowland.
Especially with Galaxy's Edge or the
Halcyon,
Halcyon
which we'll talk
comics
about in
that
a few
are coming
minutes.
out.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. We will see you on
We
the
got any
news
predictions
episode.
for Chapter 7?
Oh, chapter
Anything?
7. I don't even want to start predicting
Because anything-
to me, it's like now I truly think they're going to make you wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't see them wrapping up Boba Fett's story
Nope.
and this thing together unless the child chooses to go back and it's like literally picking up where that scene left off. And
I mean, we've got a big war with the Pikes
They're gonna
going on
focus
now.
on that.
Yeah, they
unless
gotta
unless
focus on this.
Unless it's like maybe they did set episodes because this is an hour and a half finale.
Could be.
Like, that
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be the
there's
shit.
no
You never
time
know.
limit. There's no time limit.
That
so
would
yeah.
be the shit.
Yeah,
Like,
if so, I'm going to be late for work because I wake up at like 8 to watch it. So if it goes 40 minutes longer
Call
than I'm
in
used
late.
to, I'm going to be like,
I'll be there in
"Ah,
an
can't
hour."
come."
I might have to just log into work late that day. I just might
Yeah.
have to roll up and watch it.
We should all watch it together. The finale.
During a
This
work week,
Wednesday?
you're killing me.
I could.
You can
do it, but I
you can
live-
do the watch feature on Disney
Oh,
Plus.
that. Yeah,
hang
I'll do
on.
that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, I'll
I
do
kind of want
that.
to watch it like in person though.
We just have each other on the phone. We'll Zoom each other. Just for our reactions, like, what the fuck?
Okay.
What we I don't know if I'll say it's like my prediction, but what we could get is like the cliffhanger, is the war starts between the Pikes and Boba's little circle of round table, whatever.
And then Kira
And
pops
then
down.
Kira comes in and she's like calling in the Knights of Ren to help her because they've worked together before in the maybe canon comics.
They have.
So
Then maybe CAD Bane says, Boba, you got to help me here.
yeah,
And them two are kind of together.
because Boba or
Fighting
Cad Bane
Crimson
doesn't
Dawn.
care.
I was
He
kind
just
of
wants
hoping
the
they'd
money.
bring
He
in
don't
Exactly.
Bosk and some of the other people that he knew.
But yeah, I'd rather have Cad Bane though.
Oh, I'd rather.
no.
have Cad Bane, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, in addition to that.
And we can next season. Maybe
Could
we'll
be.
get them.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
mean, but like
I don't need them.
we didn't get
but I like
Dengar, we
Bosk,
didn't
yeah.
get Bosk, and
Yeah.
I'm fine with that because they gave us the best, a deeper cut, rivalry with Boba
and the
Fett.
Trandoshans haven't looked.
I
good in
was
this
just about to say
episode.
the Trandoshans
yeah.
look like shit anyway.
Yeah,
So
so
let's
having a weird
leave
looking
Bosk
Bosk.
alone. Actually,
Yeah.
now that I think
Yeah,
of
let's
that.
leave Bosk.
Save 'em.
That was a
Yeah, we
critique
got
I
Chris
had.
Anthon, so that's
Yeah.
sweet.
That's right.
Cool.
All right, let's wrap this shit up.
All right, thank you guys for listening. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next episode of.
Boba Fett, where?
Till then, stay safe. May the force be with you.
Always.
Rise, Jedi Knight!